Here it is.
Yeah, after around 10 minutes of talking.
Hey.
Yep.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Yeah. Here we are. Oh, they've chosen the... Oh, no, they haven't. They were just joking. I thought they chose... Oh, no, they have. They're choosing their heroes right now.
What kind of wacky compositions do you think we're gonna get?
We're definitely seeing a Trace Hunter refiring from queuing at 2 a.m. Which, you know, I respect. I respect DPS because they can kill me. And on Gourmet Gaze, looks like they're going to be running the pharmacy. The pharmacy. I don't know why I said it like that.
Now, to reiterate, I am Aeon, and this is Mona Lisa, and we are your casters for today's Blink matches.
Yes! We're going to be casting these amazing games. 6 different teams going up against each other today, and 4 of those teams will be fighting to be going back to the main round.
Now, I really like this comp so far from Gourmet Gaze. They've got a Pharah Mercy and a McCree, so that is both good against goats and against another Pharah Mercy because of the hit scan.
Yeah, they're really covering their bases here. And with the tanks, it looks like it's going to be quite a difficult comp to push through for the queuing 2 a.m. But they have got that Lucio just to try and speed boost through the main checkpoint and hopefully dive straight onto the point. I say dive, but they're not playing dive. Oh, here comes the main. So that's interesting.
If here comes the Mei, indeed, they might try to wall off the enemy tank just like that. And now Wolfpro's getting some damage down. We've got Urkat having to back up because of that wall. Did make it out alive though, which is really fortunate, but shield down, the kilomiles down just entirely.
Yeah, looks like the pharmacy is really raining upon queuing at 2 a.m. and they're really gonna have to switch to something that can counter it probably. Right now, they do have the McCree, maybe just a little bit more focusing up.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer a Zenyatta maybe to help with the Pharah. Right now they're running 2 main healers, and maybe Lieutenant Spock can help with their hit scan scoped in to try and get the Pharah down, but it's going to be tough because healers also got to heal.
Yeah, that's the main job. Hopefully they know that. Yeah, I think they all know that. Looks like they're going to try and Maywall that Reinhardt off again and try to single Urkat out. Urkat is still alive, and in return they take kilomiles, and it looks like the team fight will begin again.
Oh, that big shatter on those supports, that's going to get the Moira, knock Fiona around. That's an unfortunate loss because queuing at 2 a.m. they had the setup, they had the Maywall, and they had a Reinhardt looking at Urkat. If they had gone for the charge earlier, they would have killed Urkat. But they waited a little bit too long.
Yeah, Urkat was really in a dangerous position there, but yeah, queuing at 2 a.m. couldn't really follow up there, and that lost them the point. And got them a big shatter in the face.
And now Aspect with Deadeye is getting up to this high ground so that he can get just a big Deadeye. Meanwhile, everyone's going through the hotel, I mean for the theater, from queuing at 2 a.m.
They're all following Aspect. Looks like they're gonna try going all the way around now that the main entrance hasn't worked out for them twice. And maybe they're going to shield Aspect?
They're gonna try and Maywall over the gap, get them even further along. And that Maywall is gonna do it as long as no one falls off. They do successfully make it over as an entire team. And now they need to take this high ground as they just have. And now they have the perfect positioning for Weird Autumn to try and get this far on Mercy.
Yeah, it was an amazing feat of acrobatics over there. And it looks like Weird Autumn is being harassed by the pharmacy. Oh, no, there they go.
It's High Noon, does get sleepy. Gonna sleep a lot longer now, right back into spawn. Crow is low, and another shout from Weird Autumn does take Farah down.
Looks like Slow and Steady is winning the race, but Urcat dives in. Oh, and a shadow slams Aspect down.
There's no High Noon this time.
Yeah, looks like the roundabout method did work for queuing at 2 a.m. A bit of good positioning and, you know, steady thinking really helped them out there. And I don't know what was going on with the pharmacy and Gourmet Gaze, but it felt like they were a bit misplaced and not actually in the team fight, which might have helped them out a little bit.
Getting the high ground cut off a lot of the Far's angles, but it would have been helpful for Crow to get shots during their rotation, especially above the main wall. One concussive mine would have knocked them all off the wall. But we gotta focus up on this upcoming fight, because even if you mess up a fight, you still got the rest of the map.
They have 3 minutes to push this payload straight into the second point.
And with Trance ending soon, Crow's looking for a barrage, but maybe not, as there's no Mercy connected to Farah anymore. And now the team's kind of just getting pushed back. Missed the window of opportunity, and here's a Deadeye for Rebecca Fana.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just finishing off the Mercy there, and really making sure that Gourmet Gaze will not be contesting this point into the time. Looks like Gourmet Gaze are deciding to fall back there. No team comp switches yet. Looks like they're gonna stick with what they've got, and they do have that Zarya and Farah ult coming up, so hopefully they can get to good use.
They sure do. They even have a Transcendence for the enemy Zarya as soon as Sleepy comes back from spawn. Right now, they could stand to get a little more aggressive and use that Farah ult, as they know that Lieutenant Spock does not have Transcendence.
Yeah, it looks like they are really backing off a lot. Oh, and the grab comes in.
There's just a Ryan, it looks like, in the green.
Oh.
Ends up getting one. Pretty good, especially with the Resurrect. But here's the enemy grab. Sleepy does get the Transcendence off, but still 2 down to Gourmet Gaze. And a May ult just to shut that down. Poor Sleepy.
Yeah,
a little bit bullied.
And it looks like queuing at 2 a.m. are just gonna make a steady walk, or maybe a run, towards the final point. Is anyone from Gourmet Gaze going to contest? And Aspect and Blue Piñana does get in there.
Aspect uses Deadeye, doesn't get anything, but is still alive, and that's what's important, especially as this gets closer to the end. Crow is finally getting the picks, deserving of a Farah and a Mercy, as they now chase Lieutenant Spock and Half Asleep all the way back to their spawn.
They're not even letting one person survive there. Gotta get that ult charge. And speaking of ult charge, looks like Crow is coming up on another barrage, which might be helpful in stalling for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
But Weird Autumn has that Deadeye, which is so devastating against a Far Mercy if they're floating up in the air. So they have to be really careful about Far Mercy's positioning.
It looks like positioning is the key in this game.
There it is! Doesn't get any shot. It was close, but it ended up being too long of a wait, and then the bullets got blocked. Still, Aircat is half health, but Crow gets Babby's Spanch, and that's going to be no sustain on the side of queuing at 2 a.m.
Oh, it looks like they're going to use Aircat is going to use the hammer down, and a couple of kills there from it.
We have time to chase queuing at 2 a.m. way back just again.
Yeah, Half Asleep decides to reset, and looks like queuing at 2 a.m. will switch it up with the Widowmaker. I think they're pretty done with the pharmacy, so hopefully the Widowmaker can give them a better chance at displacing those birds.
I do like this switch, as one headshot is all it needs to take down Pharah or Mercy, as opposed to McCree, who needs 2 or 3 consecutive headshots. And that's if the Mercy doesn't heal Pharah right back up to square one.
Yeah, that's a bang for a buck.
Now Kilo Miles' shield is looking a little bit low,
Ooh,
and this
here
Mail is
comes
going to block the
Raytana.
point entirely. No
Looks
one's
like half
in
the
it.
team. Yeah, it looks like half the team's been divided into half, but no, they're back together again.
Nice snipe on Aspect, was using the Deadeye, and Kilo Miles with that Nano was just running in, swinging the hammer. And now it's just kind of the supports floating around the point, making sure it doesn't get capped. Oh, and a great bounce res onto the right hand. Aircat is back.
Yeah, and with Crow's barrage, it looks like Gourmet Gaze will have a chance to stall this point longer. Only 30 seconds left on the clock.
Spawns are coming in a lot faster for Gourmet Gaze, especially with Crow here laying down all of that damage. Aircat takes someone away with that pin, and now it's just poor Ana on this point. What is an old lady to do? Lieutenant Spock doesn't live long.
Yeah, it looks like Lieutenant Spock was maybe trying to hold out until overtime, but unfortunately they did get delay killed.
5 seconds, Weird on him does touch the point, but immediately gets shanked in the back by Aspect, who switched to Genji.
Looks like Raytana is here trying to stall the point, and the grab comes in. Will that be enough?
It's at least gonna buy him a little bit of time, but man,
Yeah.
Pro just uncontested right now is so oppressive.
Yeah, really no one to deal with Crow now at queuing at 2 AM now that the switch to comps
what?
that can help.
Crow's gone?
Oh!
No, I'm not sure this is going to be enough, but that shatter with Weird Autumn trying to pick up as this racer is going to bring this a little
Oh
bit.
no. Looks like it wasn't enough for queuing at 2 AM to push it all the way to the 3rd point, but they did get pretty far along, and it'll be harder for Gourmet Gaze to push it up to that point as well.
Yep, that
Yeah,
was pretty good though.
Yeah, it was really, really good. The pharmacy really did a good job on the 2nd and 3rd points there compared to the 1st point.
And I would imagine that's why Crow is already on the Pharah again with that Mercy. It's going to be just as good, if not better, on attack.
And looks like Aspect is going to be playing Widow just in case queuing at 2 AM tries to play their pharmacy as well. But looks like they're not really thinking of that, right?
Although if Weird Autumn stays on this McCree against Aspect's Widowmaker, that's a fight that Widowmaker definitely has on lockdown. The two are both hit scan players, but one of them has range a little bit longer than the other.
And looks like queuing at 2 AM's Half Sleep will be playing Diva, so maybe Diva can contest Aspect. Or maybe not.
Really tough if Aspect plays in that theater.
Yeah.
But I do love Raytana on the Mei here, because if they get a Mei wall at this choke up front and cut off the Reinhardt, and they actually get the charge, it's just massive. That breaks that push entirely, and Raytana's already in position for it.
And Raytana has been proving themselves to be a really amazing Mei this game, with the wall to get around the map, and the several blocking off of the Reinhardt, so I'm not worried about Raytana being able to pull this off successfully.
One thing I am worried about is that the team isn't up with Raytana, so they're going to be able to capitalize. Here's the Ryan, Aircut is walled off, and now they need to capitalize. But, yeah, no one's there quick enough, so Aircut's actually going to live.
Yeah, it looks like Aspect is standing there on the theater like he predicted, and firing pot shots into queuing at 2 AM. With Weird Autumn here trying to contest them.
Yeah, there's a lot of line of sight that Aspect has nailed down, and Blue Cleaning Out is going to get baby spanched, and that's again a lack of healing.
Already!
2 AM, but a big shatter.
Yeah. And looks like Aspect has gotten Weird Autumn, won that fight. Half Asleep is trying to contest Aspect, but not really working out there.
If these spawns are not going to be in favor of queuing at 2 AM, I like Kilo Miles trying to get out so that they can recontest later, but unfortunately they get picked off, and now there's not going to be much of a chance of contesting this point.
Looks like Raytana is actually still alive in the back lines. I think, yeah, they do see them, and...
But they don't contest in time, they're just offside, but they have the ult!
That's a big ult.
Entire point. They just need to get these kills, but no one is focusing the targets. Blue Pinata does get taken down, but here's Sleepy Barriers.
Sleepy was caught in that ult, but was not killed and was able to pop off that ult, which is going to be critical for Gourmet Gaze. And looks like
here's just the rest of the fight. Gourmet Gaze is looking to take this. Here's another shatter. This time from Aircat. And this is just going to be some final cleanup.
Yeah, and there's the cap. Yeah, looks like I was wrong, and Raytana's May play did not really work out there. Like you said, they were separated from the rest of the team, which is really unfortunate.
And speaking of separated, we've got half the team pushed up while the rest of the team are respawning. And this is such a brutal long spawn as Babby Spanch is all the way like a mile behind everyone else, so they can't afford to take a fight until the rest of them show up.
They're just gonna have to sit there and wait. And waiting they are doing.
With that barrage.
Looks like Weird Autumn is waiting in the back lines for one of the supports to slip up and maybe to get a kill on that pharmacy.
Yep, that pulse bomb can be devastating for those healers. Unfortunately, it's going to be really hard to get Becca due to using Guardian Angel to fly up into the air.
Looks like Weird Autumn was spotted by both Crow and Aspect. Bit of teamwork there, taking them out.
And now it's going to be a lot easier to take this fight. Reinhardt is nanoed, but and Ericat's frozen. Ericat's going to live again, though. Nothing can take this Reinhardt down. There's so much healing and shielding coming from Ericat's team. And even with the Coalescence, but with the anti-and shatter, Kilomiles is going to find
Ercat is
round.
down. Oh, a nice wall there, but it won't really help. And the main ult going off with only Aspect caught in the middle. Hopefully
They do get the kill.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully just 1v3.
It was looking a little sus, but they did get it.
Yeah.
And now they do have some footing. Weird Autumn needs to go around and look for a pulse bomb.
Looks like Raytana and Half Sleep are on the high ground, making sure no pesky widows will be up there.
And Aspect now on Genji.
Ooh, that's an interesting pick.
Yeah, I mean it's good against the Ana, but I'm not sure what else it's for, especially because Aspect has no Ana of their own to get nano boost.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get all the way to block there. Oh, but it looks like Gourmet Gaze, yeah.
All the way around the alley, around the fish and chips. They're gonna push right into the team, but the May wall cuts off half the team. Shatter does come out, but to no effect. Barriers do keep Ercat alive again. Half Sleep gets charged a little bit unhealthy, but it's time to use that mech explosion. Does get Crow Could have sworn everyone was gonna live that one, but unfortunately that bar does go down.
Looks like Crow was in the sight line, unfortunately. Another hammer down comes in, and like queuing at 2 AM have finished up the rest of Gourmet Gaze. The rotation was clever, but didn't quite work out due to the May wall.
Becca does make it out with Blue Pinata, though. That's good, because that means they're not going to be staggered.
Gives them another opportunity to be able to contest, to attack much quicker. And looks like Raytana has their ult back.
This is going to be rough for the Gourmet Gaze, because they're going in with no ults, even though Far Mercy are both at 69. Nice. But doing it 2 AM definitely has the advantage. Especially with an anti-Ercat.
Ercat dies again.
And we've got a Nano Ryan on the field, Kilomiles swinging around. Crow goes down to Raytana. They didn't even have to use May's ult. And honestly, I don't think they needed to use Coalescence either. But Babby Spanch is gonna let it loose anyway.
Yeah, just for style. And it looks like Aspect was trying to get Lieutenant. Oh no. That's a stagger. Stagger and a 1. Looks like Aspect was trying to kill Lieutenant Spock while all the team fight was happening, but Lieutenant Spock and Babby Spanch was too strong to fight off.
Now this is going to be either the last. It's going to be the last fight.
Yeah,
it depends on how long it is. So it's really down to these DPS ults, particularly Aspect, if they can get anything with this blade. They're looking for the Ana. The Earthshatter comes out and does get a few. Maybe this could end the fight before it even begins, but only Sleepy goes down. Aspect 9 health.
Oh no, it looks like Gourmet Gaze does have a couple of ults built up, and here comes one. Will they be able to follow up on that?
They don't. The Maywall was too good. And Aspect doesn't have a good time to use this ult, because they're always at half health and they can't get past these big tanks. Plus Moira, who can't get reflected. Now on a spotted, blade at the ready, and a shatter. This is the combo they've been waiting for. This, with all of the ults, is what's gonna get them.
Oh my goodness!
Diva Bomb. Not what I expected at all. Looks like it's gonna flip around, and queuing at 2 a.m. might be able to defend this after all.
Yeah, they do have the beatdown and the mercy, but it's just the 2 supports left now. Will they be able to stall until the rest of the team are able to come and help them? It looks like Aspect is back with Urkat as Hammond and
oh no, there's that Nano Diva on Becca who was healing for so long in that situation. And now it's back to a 6v6 fight. This was actually another new fresh fight. No ults though, and poor Crow is going to go down. Not sure why the soldier pick, and now Gourmet Gaze is having some trouble. This is not a situation that Aircat can swing. There's no room. It's just knocking into walls, but does get weird autumn.
Ooh, weird autumn's down. Yeah, with Lieutenant Spock healing in the background, it's going to be hard for Gourmet Gaze. Oh, and the Shatter.
Another Shatter. Devo, I'm going to make sure no one else can touch the point. Aspect gets blown away even though they were under the payload. And that is going to be a queuing at 2 a.m. win.
Looks like queuing at 2 a.m. will take the first point. And next point will be control, decided by the Gourmet Gaze. It's good to play the game. Oh, interesting.
Zenyatta play the game is not something we see often.
Yeah.
Especially without Transcendence. This is going to be some mechanical skill and bullying. Oh, I like the right click, charging up. Goodbye, Zarya.
Oh.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be back. We're going to be back in 5 minutes with a new map and fresh faces.
See you then.
I gotta tell you, but I wanna wait. Never thought that feelings could disappear. Why the sorry never feel sincere? But you gotta hear my desires. They faded fast and then we tripped the wire. Too many times I told you I believed. I believe there is nothing left for me, left to see. It's impossible, I can't seem to let you go. I try to reach you. It's so difficult, I can't seem to let you know. I'm sorry baby, gonna have to let you down. I can't seem to let you go. I try to reach you. It's so difficult, I can't seem to let you know. Gonna have to let you down. Gonna have to let you down.
now arriving at Ilios.
And here we are, at Ilios, just as Athena said, who is not Echo. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Everybody, they're different. People, they're different robots. They're different AI. They're different beings.
Is Echo a god AI? Who knows? They
Echo
haven't
is
used that
just
term
a god.
in a while.
Yeah, they forgot about god AI, so like...
They sure
god AI,
did.
what?
They sure were
There's
like,
only one.
what?
There's only one god in Overwatch, and it's Winston.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say Jeff.
Yeah, it's Jeff. And don't you know Winston is Jeff's self-insert? Son, yeah, son as well. Just like God and Jesus. It's a self-insert. Okay,
Who is Hammond the Holy Spirit?
yes, Hammond's the Holy Spirit. Looks like we're on, yes, like Ion said, we're on Ilios, chosen by Gourmet Gaze for the second map, and if Gourmet Gaze lose, they will be eliminated from the tournament, and if they win, we'll be going to a third map, an escort map. But still a long time until we're going to come to that point, because the first game is starting now.
Yep, here we go into game 2. On Gourmet Gaze, we've got a Death Ball with a Far Mercy. No Lucio, though. They've got a Zenyatta, maybe to help with any other enemy Far Mercies. But we're going to actually see a McCree and a Mei. Weird Autumn going to try and take down the Far Mercy, and Raytana to make space.
Yeah, it looks like Raytana should be called Maytana, because
Hey,
love that May.
or Gaytana.
Gay? Yeah,
Because
gay,
this is
gay
Blade.
Maytana. Yeah, this is, everyone has to have gay in the name. Or oh, and that's an early wall from Raytana, not being really able to capitalize on that. Looks like Kilomars might actually die. No?
Again, 2 AM is just too slow on the uptake with those Mei walls, and Raytana's down because of it. Aspect's getting those shots. Look at the Discord and the hack assists. That's going to lead to an early teamfight win for the Gourmet Gaze.
Yeah, Kilomars does take out Eden, but it won't be with... Oh, will it? With Baby Sponge taking out Yikes? No, it probably won't. Baby Sponge just by themselves, trying to stall the point.
Yep, it's a little bit messy, but they do end up taking it in the end.
Looks like Lieutenant Spock is able to get away.
Oh no,
And
but
Aspect
Raytana
is-
headshot.
Wow! A Mei and a sniper? Damn.
And that could lead to a flip right here if they push this, but they're being a little timid right now.
Maybe they're waiting for Baby Sponge, and Baby Sponge has regrouped with them. Time to run in and get that Eden.
But I think Kilomars was not hacked, but the pin did not land anyway. This is a Nano Ryan though. With that Discord, they still have a pretty decent buff, and Eden goes down.
Looks like Aspect is going to run away. With the ult, maybe smart to back off now and be able to... Oh no.
Raytana's going on a tear right now.
Yeah, Raytana the sniper.
Uh-oh, and spotted the Mercy. Oh no, the humanity. Goodbye,
Run,
Yikes.
yikes. Yeah, and looks like Gourmet Gaze will have to regroup once again, trying to push the point. Meanwhile, Queuing at 2 AM have gotten the point to 25%, but Gourmet Gaze did have 27% built up from the previous capture.
Now Yikes has switched off of Mercy onto Ana, which means that Aspect is going to be a little less healthy, but that EMP is huge! Aspect though doesn't get the barrage off because of Weird Autumn's gun. And this failed is covering the entire screen. A little bit late with Transcendence.
Yeah, a bit late. And looks like Queuing at 2 AM will continue to hold the point. Gourmet Gaze will have to back off. Come on, let's back off. And Queuing at 2 AM will be regaining their position. But it looks like Baby Sponge has been demacked, which might give Gourmet Gaze a bit of an advantage if they're able to push before the mecha is regained.
Yep, Babby just got back in the mech with Diva Bomb.
Yeah, so nothing. So, looks like the big gate is on the point, but it won't register as long as they're visible. But maybe looking... Oh, yeah, trying to draw the... Queuing at 2 AM back to the point. Oh, and a High Noon.
Does it get anybody? It's looking at Eden's shield right now and everyone behind it, and it breaks the shield with one shot. Kills onto the other, and a huge shatter with the Nano. That's gonna send this Tracer Aspect packing.
Looks like queuing at 2 a.m. are really being dominant on the point. There's 2% left. Oh, and Aspect is able to touch and push them to overtime.
But for how long they need to get back to the point, and they do, but they die.
No.
Eden's gonna
Looks
try and get there, but the Mei wall
Oh,
from
and the
Rialto.
Oh, and 2 ults from queuing at 2 a.m. popping off after the game has been won. Well, the match, not the game.
That was just such a great ultimate usage coming from 2 a.m. The Deadeye to break the shield, followed by the Shatter. There was nothing that the enemy team could have done about it.
Yeah, a quick elimination of Gourmet Gaze Yikes, who was playing Ana, who is still playing Ana, and eliminating half of the supports in one go. So it's really a devastating ult with Gourmet Gaze. But looks like we're going to be on the map, the Well, which is hell for people who are going to get booped in. And looking at queuing at 2 a.m.'s Baby Spanch, it looks like maybe a few boops. And Aspect is playing far on the other side, so maybe
but they're
a few
switching
boops.
tanks now.
Oh,
They
no.
decided to switch from Death Ball to Dive after they left spawn, so that means that they're going to get to point a lot later.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slight disadvantage, and it might leave Yikes a bit defenseless, but not many players are doing it too, and that can really go into the back lines and pick them off, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Now they are going to contest the point. 2 a.m. needs to put up a new Orisa barrier, because right now there's just death from above from Aspect's rockets. Kilo Miles needs to get stuff with these hooks. Unfortunately, they haven't gotten any targets, because that's
they're
always
playing-
potential for an instant kill.
Instant kill, and they're playing a bit of position, wanting to be pulled into the well, so a bit of strategic playing around the house tower here, but looks like Lead Autumn will be able to get Aspect and start the... Whoa!
If getting Aspect is all they need, but Aspect is back up. Gourmet Gaze is going to try and recap the point, but unfortunately Aspect gets just taken down immediately. And now this point control, all this presence coming from queuing at 2 a.m. It's going to make it really hard for Dive especially to get onto these players.
Yeah, with the Roadhog and the Rissa and not
the
really...
Mei and the McCree.
Yeah, the Mei and the McCree, and not really a lot of targets that are going to be able to be dived.
Yeah, I just don't think Dive is the answer here. We'll see how it works out though.
Yeah, and looks like if they are going to be diving, Gourmet Gaze will have to be a bit more aggressive there. They did give up the point when Aspect died, which was a bit strange, but looks like they're going to be trying once again. And a little res there from Becca will give them a 6-man, a 6-people
Oh,
team.
Weird Autumn is so low. 3 health, 2 health does get taken down by Blue Pinata. And a huge tire with the barrage.
Wow.
That's going to lead a flip to Gourmet Gaze as they are, after some cleanup, start taking this point. But right now, this Roadhog is just using so much time.
I thought they were going to get booped in, but looks like Gourmet Gaze will finally cap the point with 65% in advantage for queuing at 2 a.m. But will Gourmet Gaze be able to hold that point?
Well, Weird
Hopefully
Autumn's
they will.
already down because of some Junkrat spam, so that's going to give them another 10 seconds to think about how they want to take this point. Look at all the ults they have, though. This, if used correctly, could just obliterate Gourmet Gaze.
Yeah, they don't even have to use all of them. They could save a little bit for later, for a little snack.
And here's a nice rotation going high ground all the way around. Don't like the Orisa shield, though, as they need to just keep going. That Mei wall, though, will cut off the Pharah's ankles. Hook from Kilomiles doesn't quite grab anything, as they're kind of stuck here. They don't know which way to push. Turns out they're going to go all the way around back.
Yeah, it looks like
Set up with a shield.
they're in a bit of a precarious position here, being flanked by Aspect from the back and the rest of the team from the front. So, Kilomars gets slapped, and the Mei ult is out with no one getting trapped in it.
Alright, there's
And
a
from
huge
behind.
barrage.
Yeah, Aspect was looking a bit suspicious there, trying to flank behind the team, and looked like it paid off with that giant barrage.
And while the Gourmet Gaze played this really well, especially Aspect and the barrage, this was a lot due to just the questionable path that queuing at 2 a.m. decided to go on.
Yeah, it looks like they were going for a bit of a sneaky sneak, but didn't quite work out with Gourmet Gaze's entire team being at the front and the pharmacy being behind them.
And now they're in a small enclosed room, which means that if that Orisa shield goes down, Aspect can get a lot more damage and get closer to another ultimate. And now they're kind of splitting up. 2 the Squishy is going to the left room, Arisa going main. With all this split play and a questionable transcendence.
Oh no,
Huge
that's
purple!
a big nade!
Huge nade, big bomb, doesn't get anything, but still, the job is
It's
done.
big. It's big in spirit.
Absolutely.
And looks like Killer Mars is going to be booped off. No, they're going to be able to use their ult, but won't really get any kills, and Aspect will take them down. No one is going to be able to touch the point, and looks like Gourmet Gaze will take one map for themselves. That was a big nade. Jeez.
Yeah, it was humongous, especially after a Transcendence that had been forced out prematurely. It was very close to 2 AM, just rolling them on this map, going 2-0, but some really weird movement just ended up having them get trapped in small areas where Farah is so good.
Yeah, it looks like they're really going to have to deal with Aspect on Farah, and we'll see if there's any changes they're going to do that. Right now, it's really just Raytana and Relic on May and Zen trying to deal with them, but trying to deal with Aspect and Becca, but I don't know if it's gonna work out. It didn't work out last month.
It should work out if they get to the point fast enough, but this whole game they've been playing Velikor on Zenyatta. They haven't had a Lucio, which means that they take so much more damage from the Farah just getting to the point.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard fight for them with Gourmet Gaze already being here, but looks like queuing 2 AM is going to be able to kind of take position first. Doesn't mean that they're going to be able to get the point.
They are in the point, and right
They
now
are in it,
a lot of
yeah.
far angles.
Sometimes being in the point isn't the best position. Right now, I think they're
But
finding
it's
it.
working out. Zenyatta is
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
It is
great.
in, but still looks like they are healthy enough. This Lieutenant Spock is making sure everyone's healed up. The dive doesn't have any angles because of this enclosure, but they're still getting picks anyway, and they're gonna flip this point right back.
Yeah, a lot of spam damage coming in through the doors, and Gourmet Gaze look like they're going to be able to cap. With Weird Autumn trying to stall for the last bit of percentage they can. And they're dead.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate chunk damage from the Farah and the Junkrat. That's so much that you have to look out for. You have to be behind your tanks, make sure that they're healthy, so that the squishies don't get taken down. And now this is going to put queuing at 2 AM at a pretty tough situation.
Yeah, it's a lot of positioning to be playing to play around against Gourmet Gaze comp, and looks like queuing in 2 AM. Their position. Are they going to switch to Raytana? They're going to switch Raytana to Reaper, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out. Weird Autumn will switch to McCree as well.
I do like the McCree, but you're right. I'm not sure how the Reaper's going to fill into this. It's good for a kind of anti-dive, but the DPS is in the air and shooting grenades on the ground. It's going to be really hard for Reaper to do any damage. And right now, Hill Miles is on point, gets a big shatter though.
Oh,
and
that's
here's the Reaper to
great.
help out. Tires coming out somewhere. Does get Weird Autumn, but still this could be enough for queuing at 2 AM to flip this.
Yeah, it's a 4v5. Oh no, it's going to be like a nothing versus 5. And Raytana does get a lot of kills on that Reaper, so maybe I will take back my comment.
Yep, somehow that Reaper got everybody, including Aspect, who ended up taking themselves out in the process.
Yeah, it looks like Raytana is really good with those close range DPS heroes, so maybe Reaper will work out, especially now that they're at the point. But before, Gourmet Gaze did have a lot of spam damage coming in, which is the reason why queuing at 2 AM lost the point initially, so I don't know how they're going to be able to counter that this time.
Yeah, because Aspect and Big Gay, they're coming in with all this damage and with almost both ults ready. Weird Autumn very low. A barrage here could be huge, and here it is. It
Two
does get
ults
two
coming
immediately.
in! Both
don't
DPS
know.
ults used simultaneously. I don't know if that was on purpose. What?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Tire and the Barrage, but either way, they are enough to flip this point again. Although Nano comes out for the Reinhardt and a Shatter. Kilo Miles, a one-man
I don't
team,
know.
is going to try and take this, but is not able to.
A bit of a waste there with both ults, but looks like queuing at 2 AM are coming back with the Transcendence and the might be able to take it back.
Yeah, this contest is huge, even if they don't take it back, which if they are, this is still percentage nonetheless, and Becca out of mech. Aspect has to play outside this window without a Mercy. Even though Babby is out of mech again, Aspect is at half health less now, and they're feeling pretty comfy.
Yeah, it looks like Gourmet. It really looked like Gourmet Gaze had that point, but with the Rhine Shatter and the Nano Boost, they were able to stall it long enough for the rest of the team
but
to come back.
Raitana takes down the Pharah, and there's no one to contest.
Oh my goodness! And it looks like queuing at 2 a.m. will be taking this game.
And the set. Good job to the Gourmet Gaze, but it is queuing at 2 a.m. That will be moving forward.
They will be escaping the redemption round and be going to fight against the rest of the teams. So coming up next will be Disco Tyrants and Kakashis from Accounting to go off against each other in the second round.
Before we sign out, we do have a donation, 100 bits from Kinesis. Pride, Aspect, Fighting, Medic Hype.
Yeah, and we'll be back in 5 minutes with the next teams. GG's.
I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, can I stay here for the night? I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Welcome back to the Blink Overwatch Tournament Winter Edition. Today, this is round 2 of today, and we'll be seeing Kakashis from Accounting go against the Disco Tyrants in the redemption round in order to go back to the main round where they may win the tournament. Loser will be eliminated. Yeah. Oh yeah, introduction.
Yeah, let's go with names. My name is Aeon, also coach of Kakashis from Accounting.
Oh, no bias.
No, not at all. And we have the wonderful Mona Lisa.
Yeah, and I'm coach of my life. I'm a life coach.
Your own life coach.
Yeah, I'm my own life coach.
What do you think about it? Everyone's their own life coach.
Yeah, that's so inspiring, maybe. Or maybe it's just a bunch of words. But
maybe it's fake deep.
Maybe it's fake deep. But today, the loser of this game, or not this game, this round, will be eliminated from the tournament forever. Oh, and the winner.
It's so cold.
Yeah, forever winter. Winter Wonderland. And the winner will be going back into the main round where they will go up against the other teams that have won and potentially win the tournament.
Now, Disco Tyrants, they're getting ready to go. They've got a Reinhardt and a Diva. Not as normal as the Zarya because of how well those tanks sync up, but Diva's really good at pestering some Widowmakers and making sure that projectiles and ults get eaten.
Yeah, it looks like they're also going to run the Widow. Wait. I'm having a stroke. But looks like the team fight is going to begin very here from the Disco Tyrants.
That Widow's scary, especially for Bear, who's on this Pharah. Kakashis are going to have to play really careful outside of these lines of sight. They do have Mountain as Zarya, but is super low. Isn't down yet, though, and the healing is going to come out, but now Headphobe is next. Alpha, taken down by a mine, is going to lead to an early point A cap for the Disco Tyrants.
Looks like Haymaker will stay alive with Bear, but there's really not a lot they can do to stall the point until the rest of the team comes back. Looks like they're going to choose to back off and maybe recontest later. No, they're just going to back off for now. And looks like Disco Tyrants will get an easy, well not easy, will get
a quick
smooth capture. Smooth and quick capture of the first point.
Now I like this. The Kakashis have switched to a dive composition, especially with the Zenyatta and the Pharmercy. This means that anyone they discord is a prime target for just getting ripped apart. Unfortunately, Junkrat's down! Because Refractal's got a pretty nice headshot.
Yeah, that's going to be a major delay for Kakashi's waiting for Bluestone Link to come back, but looks like they're going to stay in the high ground and try. No, looks like they're going to dive straight in.
I mean, now with the Valk, they're going to really try and
tire from behind.
Sapphire goes down though, that's less healing, and Alpha's going to go down as well. There's just ults going back and forth. Kakashis are going to try and contest, but only for so long. And look at all the ults that Disco Tyrants didn't even have to use. They only used Tire, which means the next fight can be explosive as they want it to be.
A Tire from the other side coming in. No, won't be res.
Right now, Refractal's just getting a bunch of picks from the background, uncontested. That's what you want to do as dive, is stop the Widow, but they can't get in deep enough to do that.
Looks like Skullduggery was taken out by Alpha from the back. So that's a bit of a wait time for them to come back, but looks like Disco Tyrants will be pushing up without both of the tanks, as Kit Kat is in the human form.
Yeah, and that means that this is so diveable with all a bunch of squishies, especially the Ana solo on cart. If the Kakashis push the point right now, they could just clear it and then have a better fight than they've had right now to keep backing up.
It looks like Skullduggery is back. Winston jumping into the backlines there and will get with Bluestone Link. That's a good wipe.
Nishatter's gonna get just Bluestone Link. Unfortunate to be a May today. But still, the fight is going to be not great for Disco Tyrants as Skullduggery is about half health, is getting healed back up, but they're having trouble pushing in. Doesn't get anything, but maybe this one will.
A returning bomb that won't get anything either. A bit of a space creator there, and the bear unleashes that off. A lot of ults.
Coalescence. Yeah, a lot of ults, but they do get a nice hold, and if they set up, they should be able to hold it for a little bit longer, but ults, there's not really any team with a big advantage right now, but Disco Tyrants is coming up on that Death Blossom.
Get this moving.
Yeah, that's going to be critical for Kakashis to be able to eat up with that defense matrix and potentially wall it off. Kakashis did use 3 ults to regain that cart, which isn't too bad, but it will mean, like you said, that they are at an ult disadvantage slightly.
Yeah, this fight's gonna come down to how well Alpha can use Transcendence, especially around Bright New Era's Reaper ult, as he teleports right up to the top and is about to jump down and let that Beyblade loose.
Yeah, let's see if Sapphire will nano boost, but it looks like Headphobe will actually try to contest Bright New Era, kind of running away, but not in quite a good position as before for Bright New Era.
Now there are trades, but Mountain is out of mech, which means that Kakashis are going to be pushed backwards. Bear right now getting contested by the tanks, both tanks of all things. Alpha does let loose that Transcendence, but with no ults to really block. And
looks like
would have been useful for that.
Yeah, but
Still,
looks like
May
Bright New Era will be taken out, and the May ult will be popped.
It doesn't get anything though, as the Nano on Kit Kat keeps that mech alive. K-Mech, though, with the Coalescence, is going to try and push them back even further, but here's the Diva Bomb, gets K-Mech during ult.
It's a bit of a back and forth, but it looks like the Kakashis do have an advantage here with... Oh no! Disco Tyrants do take a couple kills that might give them a slight edge, and Bear will be taken out, which means that Disco Tyrants will be taken down. Oh no.
It was smart of Skullduggery to die on point without using it, though. Headphobe, I see that. That's rude. In any case, they kept the ults, which means that they're going to have both Primal Rage and Deadeye, which means if Skullduggery can push people around outside of shields, Refractal could get a big Deadeye kill.
Yeah, and looks like a Bright New Era has switched to the Sombra, which could potentially help lowering defense matrix, I guess, when Refractal is popping off that ult. Looks like a dive straight into the back lines. Both teams are playing dive at this point.
Yeah, but Bear goes down early. Alpha next. Refractal is getting the kills that Skullduggery is setting up. Bluestone Link is going to go next, and here's the Deadeye just for fun.
Oh, a nice finish off.
Headphobe is going to test the card just a little bit longer, and is going to ult. This might be enough time for the rest of Kakashis to get to the point, but unfortunately, Headphobe gets melted.
Yeah, a bit of a good driver there from Kakashis, but Disco Tyrants, Refractal really was popping off there, even for the Deadeye, so it was a quick cleanup for them. And they were able to take the point.
Kakashis are backing up, which is a good idea. Right now, they're relying on Bear to get the barrage, although Mountain did take Bright New Era down. And I like this adaptation. Headphobe on the Orisa is going to make it a lot harder to dive, which means that they can give themselves more of an anchor point to play around.
Yeah, it was smart of them to switch off a dive on defense. Oh, and Bluestone Link will be taken out by that bomb, but Mountain takes Skullduggery in return. And it's looking to be a close team fight here.
But here's the barrage. It gets eaten a lot and doesn't get any kills, unfortunately.
It looks like trades coming in on each side. Disco Tyrants might be thinking of backing off and regrouping, but their spawn is closer. Closer? Are they?
Yes.
I don't know. Yes, this one is closer. And
the May ult got eaten. Kit Kat having a snack of their own. And here comes the Coalescence and Primal Rage for an aggressive push. Diva Bomb might take down the Moira, but she does get outside fast enough.
With the help of
Can't
that
stay
stasis.
during. But here's a Deadeye in the back during a Transcendence. Does get K-Mech. Transcendence cannot heal a Deadeye.
No, can't, unfortunately. Looks like Disco Tyrants are slowly pushing forward, getting steady kills. Alpha does demech Cat.
And right now, the Kakashis, they want to be planning on getting this to overtime, because if they get more time later, that means that they're in the worst situation, a tieable scenario. But they have to get it to that 0.
Looks like Kakashis aren't really having success back. Probe and Mount and K-Mech are still alive, trying to delay that point, and Mountain will be remech, which will give them an extra bit of ammunition.
Yep, and they do get to that overtime. Even if they don't win this fight, they can be proud of that, as long as they get to the end of the payload on their attack. But right now, it is just a brutal slaughter coming out of Disco Tyrants, as they are going to, after that, a humongous bomb to close this up.
That's a 4-kill ult and a finish off with Sapphire's little ball zapping away at the tanks.
That was absolutely brutal, especially with the Moira orb cleanup. And now we have Kakashi's work cut out for them. They know that they need to make it to the end, and they don't even have to have time to make this a decently winnable scenario.
Yeah, it looks like we already know what's going to be playing the game. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be. They do have their work cut right now, and if they might be playing the dive as they did play the dive on defense, but we'll see if they can do it as well as they did on defense.
Yeah, historically, this is a map where you run some kind of death ball, maybe goats on point A, but you can't really do so on point B because of all of the high ground. You have to basically have to switch to dive just because of how important getting the space up top of the saloon and the other buildings are.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen much goats today, actually, even with the teams before, so it might be... I know yesterday there was a lot of goats, but thankfully today we've been seeing a lot of dive, actually.
We're definitely going to get dive from one side, that being the Disco Tyrants. Well, more or less. They've got a Diva, but they also have a Reinhardt. But from the side of the Kakashis, this is going to be some classic goats.
Yeah, looks like I have spoken too soon. Here comes the goats. And Disco Tyrants actually have double snipers right now, which is interesting.
Oh, they're not running goats. They're running modified
goats.
There's no Diva.
Oh, that's interesting, especially since Disco Tyrants has a lot of snipers right now. It might be smart.
It's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah.
Headphobe is already low, needs to get healed up. As long as they get in on this team and go for the squishies, they might be able to win, but the snipers are already having their way with the Kakashi's bright new era. Gets that kill onto Bluestone Link, and now they kind of just have to back up. Kakashis have to use the speed boost to get out and reassess the situation.
Yeah, it might be time for them to think about maybe playing a hero that can contest the high ground and contest Disco Tyrants and snipers, who are doing a lot of work right now.
They sure are. Hanzo is basically a tank buster with the multi-shot arrow. But here they go in with the speed boost and the coalescence with the huge Shatter Dragons!
Oh my goodness!
That obliterates Kakashis. And then they got Refractal just kind of sitting up on top.
Yeah, the team kill, the poor Coalescence couldn't do anything against the double ult combo there. A bit of emoji from Skulltugger. And looks like Kakashis will be switching to a dive comp. As expected.
The Tyrants just used their sights from Widowmaker, which means that Bear cannot be invisible right now, because they will be spotted immediately. They are currently...
Yeah, it looks like our Kakashis were trying to wait that out, and now they're ready to rock and roll with a new comp. And the Widow sniping at them from way up above.
Refractal is at half though and has to change positioning thanks to his Zenyatta orb.
Looks like Bear is going to go for Refractal. Oh no.
They're going to go all the way around back. Interesting that they have the Junkrat. We'll see how Bluestone Link plays this. But here is a Diva Bomb. There needs to be a bubble now, but it's on cooldown.
Oh,
so
one kill on Headphobe.
And possibly the most important kill, as they don't have a main tank to make space anymore. So KitKat can just fire in those rockets.
Bluestone Link. Like Bluestone Link is at the back, yeah?
Yep. trapped out on their own, and now it's just kind of a pick-off, slow, staggery fight, as it's better for Disco Tyrants as they now get ults off of this.
Yeah, it looks like Kakashis from accounting are thinking of backing up the whole way. They're kind of lingering around that main health pack there.
Now they're trying to look for a good angle, but they're confused whether to go right or left. But now they have a hacked,
looks like
discorded Reinhardt.
Oh no, gets away in time. Skullduggery to be eliminated, which would have been a good.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely massive, especially because Skullduggery has Earth Shatter, and Winston's bubble is easily played around. But look at that EMT bomb. That's gonna get both tanks.
But won't be able to really capitalize on that. Looks like Kakashis from account definitely going to win this team fight with just the Moira left on point.
Zaphite's doing all they can, but they're just staggering themselves even further, as they already had ult, so there wasn't any point in doing damage.
Yeah, just trying to maybe get those last few seconds, but looks like Kakashis will be able to capture this point. Not as easily as Disco Tyrants, but they did capture it.
Yep, and now all that matters is the rest of the map.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to be switching off the... at least partially, Hetfo will be switching to Winston, with Kama switching to Mercy.
Okay, I dig it. They're going for a counter dive instead, or an anti-dive. And here comes Bluestone Link's Pyre at the same time as the Tifa Bomb. Is going to get 2 from Kit Kat, and Bluestone Link is going to get 1 on Refractal, but 2 is always better than 1. Disco Tyrants is going to have the upper hand in this defense.
It looks like it's for Kakashis to back off once again. Just trying to stay alive. Oh, Bear does take out Bright Nirara there, but Kit Kat does DMAC Mountain.
And that's really obnoxious for a Diva. So it's going to be 100% of ult charge that they are going to have to try really hard to get. But look at Bluestone Link now on the Bastion. They're going to turn this into a pirate ship. Unfortunately, Shatter goes under the shield, and Mountain kind of takes that to get down Mr. President for Bluestone Link, as the Kakashis are able to push back into this fight.
Yeah, Alpha with the Transcendence is helping them push up and really giving them the momentum to be able to take the card. Oh, a Heinrich!
But that shield just in time.
No worries, Orisa is here.
Right now, Bluestone Link's just kind of looking around, make sure they're not getting flanked, and poor Lucio Swamp Wizard is going to get taken down. But look at the Pharah behind. Bright New Era has a great area to get these shots, but unfortunately the Bastion is just so oppressive with all of those 300 bullets in the magazine.
Yeah, it's hard to
New Era can't do a lot.
It's hard to displace the Bastion. Oh, but looks like we're going to a pause.
Oh no.
I thought I paused it for a second. I think it was an accidental pause, maybe. Because it looks like we're going to start again. Yeah, we're going to start in again. And it looks like Disco Tyrants do have the advantage, but Kakashis from accounting are getting steady kills.
And Bluestone Link with the ultimate. Pharah is in the jail, is going to get taken down by these shells. Now Moira in the left room gets taken down as well. Kit Kat barely survives with mech, but this is going to be
have to run away.
The
Yeah, and even after using the Winston, the Bastion ult, Kakashis do have 3 ults coming up to Disco Tyrants, maybe 5.
But the ult that Disco Tyrants have are huge. If they see the Orisa shield go up, Kit Kat can throw the bomb past the shield and potentially get a team wiping self-destruct.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a hard time for Kakashis to cap all the way, but they might be able to. The Bastion's been really hard to displace by Disco Tyrants. Oh.
And here's another pause. An unfortunate DC from Swamp Wizard.
Oh no. Sometimes the DCs are inevitable. I know that feeling.
Yeah. Now the game may be on automatic pause on a disconnect, which may have been the problem earlier.
Yeah. I think the rules are a 5-minute disconnect, wait, and then we will game if the player is not able to come back. So hopefully they'll be able to come back. Skullduggery, I think? No, it was someone else.
It was Swamp Wizard.
Swamp Wizard.
They are restarting their game, so they should be back relatively soon.
Yeah, and meanwhile we can talk about the Bastion here.
Yeah. You said that it's really hard to displace a Bastion, and that is so true given that Bastion in turret form not only takes reduced damage by about 30%, but also cannot be moved by CC abilities like Halt or Boop.
Yeah, it's really going to be hard for Tyrants, because on the previous point they also had trouble, which is the reason why kakashis kept the point, was switched to Bastion, I think, partially. Which means that Disco Tyrants are really going to think another way and work a bit harder to displace Bluestone Link here, especially with the Orisa shield and Mountain guarding Bluestone Link, as well as a double heal on Kamek.
Yep. Now again, that Kit Kat bomb is going to be the best option to displace the Bastion, as if it goes past the shield, Bastion will have to get up and move, and then the rest of the team can go in for the setup, especially with Deadeye and Barrage.
Yes.
But the thing to think about here is that Kakashis, if they cap this in 59 seconds, the worst they can do for the rest of the map is tie.
And then we will go to, I think Nepal is our tiebreaker map. So if there is a tie in either control, a hybrid, this is hybrid. If there is a tie in hybrid, we'll go straight to Nepal with the same roster, and we'll be able to count whoever wins on Nepal as a point in the first game.
If you could tie on control, I would be quite perplexed.
Yeah, that would be one hacking feat. Looks like Swamp Wizard is back. Bit unfortunate for Disco Tyrants, as Swamp Wizard will have to build their ult back up. And here comes the ult. Not really hitting
Both Deep Bomb and a Shatter got nothing, and now the Reinhardt's in the back. But here's the Barrage, does get Bluestone Link finally. They commit 3 ults, but it is going to be enough to get the Bastion, get the Orisa, and even with the hacked Skullduggery, the Disco Tyrants are going to be able to push the Kakashis back.
Yeah, it looks like, as you predicted, they were able to bomb place and Farah's to kill. So...
But speaking of Diva Bombs, Bear's got EMP, and Mountain has Diva Bomb. This could be the devastating combo that we know and love.
Yeah, a lot of ults coming up from Kakashis, and Disco Tyrants will only have...
Here's the Diva Bomb, no EMP though.
Oh, a bit too late, unfortunate.
Yeah, that was not the best of execution, but they do have the drum to try and get the damage, get the Skullduggery shield down. The Deadeye from Refractal doesn't get anything, but look at all 2 picks on both sides.
Trans coming out to aid the team, and look at Kashi placing that Bastion on
Refractal does go down after that Fan the Hammer, and now it's just Reinhardt and Moira, and the Reinhardt's hacked, no shield for Skullduggery, and Sapphire with the Discord as a little hat, with the Bluestone Link ulting to get Swamp Wizard. This should be it to close it out.
Kit Kat will be able to touch, getting their body on the point, being able to delay it slightly, but the rest of them aren't able to touch the point, and looks like round 2 is complete.
Good body block from Mountain to make sure that the Reinhardt can't get onto the point. And that allowed them to get, 25 more seconds? 23 more seconds on their attack.
Yeah, so right now, so both teams will be trying once again to cap the first point. A very close game right now. It's very exciting.
Yeah, but 1 minute is not a whole lot to try and get the whole point. But if you get the point, you have infinite overtime to push the payload.
Really too. And if you get that Bastion on that overtime, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard time.
Because Kakashi's had more time, the Game Tyrants are going to attack first. So it's up to them to set the pace of how round 3 goes.
Looks like, let's look at this comp. Looks like Disco Tyrants will be trying to play a similar comp from before. There'll be dive there, the dive tanks. And let's see who Sapphire picks as a heal. Oh no, Swamp is going to switch over to Mercy, and Sapphire is going to play the Moira.
Interesting. That's a lot of healing for dive. Now the character to look for right now is Bright New Era, as this particular dive centers around getting a hack and then diving that now immobile target. So we'll see how that goes through. Meanwhile, look at Kakashi's all in the stairs ready to counter dive.
Yeah, it looks like Bear is going to be behind little supports, and Swamp Wizard won't be picked out, not yet. Oh, and Swamp Wizard is hacked.
On the Swamp Wizard, half health.
Run!
Bluestone Link goes down though. Already this is looking a little bit good for Tyrants, especially now that Mountains is hacked, but the healers are low on the side of Tyrants. That fight, just a couple ticks of health left. While a messy fight, Kakashis do have the upper hand overall, but Alpha's down now, as Bright New Era had a little bit of fun bullying a Zenyatta in the backline.
Yeah, 1 minute is too little time. There's only 15 seconds. Will they be able to cap the point? Looks like Bright Neura is waiting in the backline just in case they'll need to trigger an
But they're
overtime.
down.
No!
Bluestone gets the mine. Tracer on the stairs is trying to get away, and the rest of the team is on point. But a coalescence already from K-Mech is going to get Sapphire, and Swamp Wizard is already down. Diva Bomb is going to show up and take a couple down, though.
Yeah, it's looking good for Kakashis right now, being able to hold that point. Will be coming back to attack them, and K-Mech is down.
Oh, but Alpha with the headshot.
Oh my goodness!
A mech and 2 kills, that's a lot from this Zenyatta. Now trying to get the Mercy away, but no,
an EMP.
only has 50 health, got EMP'd.
Oh, it's really looking dicey right now.
Oh, but this EMP with the Diva Mountain with the pistol.
Oh my goodness, a 1v1
with the mech call.
ages.
Mountain is here to stay in this Diva mech, but unfortunately their healers are down. It's just Mountain stalling as long as possible. Alpha can get there with the Transcendence, but it probably won't be worth it. Alpha, though, does get Bright New Era as this point is slowly capping, but now here's Headpower. Stops it before it gets the first tick. Bluestone Link's here as well, and here's the Trans. It's inside a bubble, and Bluestone Link does go down, so there is still a chance for the Tyrants. Especially with Sapphire holding on to the lessons.
Yeah, wasn't able to use their ult, and that was cancelled out immediately. But oh no, it looks like Disco Tyrants are having the advantage here, and they're capping.
Yep, overall it does look like they are going to eventually take this point, especially with this Diva Bomb zoning off anyone. This poor Zenyatta. Alpha does get taken down in the cafe. Another double kill from Moira Orb from Sapphire.
What a delay from Kakashis. That was an amazing attempt. Really, but I don't know if it was worth it. If it would have been definitely worth it if they had played them indefinitely forever. But but an amazing try from them.
Oh, and Bear's already here, trying to get ult as soon as possible. Because if they get an EMP bomb on the point, that could just be the entire overtime, as they can't touch the point.
Yeah, and Refractal is on Widow now, shooting from the backline.
And Bright New Air is on the Bastion. Looks like they're co-opting some strats. Oh, but here's the Diva Bomb without any kind of EMP. Looks like Kakashi is getting a little bit nervous in using ults without having any combos on deck.
Yeah, it's getting... Oh, but K-Mech is able to take out Brett and have that fight. Looks like Kakashis are maybe getting an advantage now.
Yep, and now with Swamp Wizard down during Resurrect. And hacked tanks, Refractal is the only one left alive.
3, 2, 1!
And that is it.
Complete.
That's an amazing push from the from them, but
3 to 4.
will they be able to defend long enough?
If it all comes down to how Kakashi's used their 1 minute and 23 seconds, like you said, that was a great attack, not only getting all 3 ticks of point A, but getting a decent little chunk of progress through phase B.
Yeah, Kakashi's do have that extra 23 seconds, helps them out, but yeah, it's gonna be a hard push for them. It's typically very hard to be able to push it all the way over there, and Disco Tyrants did extremely good job.
They did.
They did
the job.
They did the thing. Kakashi's, it looks like they're going to be playing the dive, which is expected as Disco Tyrants did pull out Refractal's Widow before. They're looking out for that. But it looks like Refractal is going to be playing McCree.
Which is still a
Yeah,
easily
still
susceptible
drivable.
dive target, but Flashbang does help alleviate that a little bit.
A little extra teamwork will help with taking down Refractal. But it doesn't really look like Kakashi's anything to counter Bright Neura except for Alpha there. But Alpha did show themselves to be quite a killer.
Yep, that Zenyatta damage is nothing to sneeze at. Right now, Bright New Era is already spamming these fire rockets, and it doesn't look like Kakashi's has anything to directly shut that down, aside from a Discord and a Diva.
Looks like they're once again is looking for a target to and kill, but won't be able to find one yet.
Yep, it's gonna be down to Bear to try and get a hack and start this dive. And it looks like they've spotted a Mercy, as well as the main tank, which they're gonna hack. Skullduggery, oh no, the hack got interrupted. And Kamek is down. This is gonna be a really rough fight. Kakashis kind of need to reset this, as there's no way that they're gonna win this right now.
Yeah, it looks like Bright Nero is really doing a lot of damage. The probe does take a witch advantage, giving that Kakashis are able to regroup in time. They really need to focus up on Bright Nero, who's doing a majority of the murders here.
Although Refractal almost has ult faster than Bright New Era.
Yeah, it looks like Bluestone is switching to a soldier to help with the murderous Farah against them. And another dive in from Kakashis. High Noon comes in and...
Gets Mountain right after getting Mountain out of mech, but look at all the blue kills. It's looking like Kakashis is starting to take this slowly but surely. And now it's kind of just Reinhardt with the Discord Orb, Mercy, and maybe D.Va behind. Kit Kat, if they don't
Skullduggery
kill
getting
soon
thrown
enough,
around there.
if they don't kill Kit Kat soon enough, they're gonna get a mech, but they do get taken down.
An orb coming in. Will Mora be able to touch? No, Mora is going to wait. Probably a smart move considering they're by themselves. And Kakashis will be able to cap the first point.
And Kakashis has good ults going forward because they have Primal Rage to keep people off of the point and Transcendence to stay alive.
Yeah, they really do, and they only need to push it a few meters, but the hardest meters of their life, probably right now.
Yep. As it's overtime, it's now or never.
It looks like Bright Nero did switch over to the Hanzo, which will help them have a long, medium distance.
Especially when Bear shows up and both the soldier and the Hanzo shoot her.
Yeah, Kakashis have to be on higher alert right advantage. And there goes the
And here comes the D.Va bomb. There's no shield. Luckily, no one dies.
So good. Alpha with the positioning very good.
But Sapphire gets taken out by Mountain's bomb, and Bluestone Link gets Bright New Era. Here's the chance to keep everybody alive. Fractal is discorded in the corner, and look at this big EMP. This could be it.
Yeah, if the D.Va bomb had taken out Alpha, they might have been able to win it. But looks like Kakashis will be this, and they'll be winning this first game.
Absolutely massive EMP and Visor does allow Kakashis to just barely cinch out the win on Hollywood, which means that we're going to go to the Disco Tyrants map next.
Oh, it's not the D.Va bomb.
Nope, it was this Shatter Hanzo, which got absolutely a ton of people.
A team kill, I think.
That's 6.
Oh no, the team pack, no. Yeah, that was a really close game, and I'm guessing the next game is going to be as equally
Look
amazing.
at that, 8.5 minutes of objective time in a 22-minute game.
That's dedication. Yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes with a control map chosen by the Disco Tyrants. So, we'll see you soon.
now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Lijiang Tower, here we come.
Woo! Dab, dab, dab. This is game 2 of round 2. Kakashis from Accounting versus Disco Tyrants, and I'm Mona Lisa, and with me is
Aeon, wowee.
Wow. This is the second game, like I said at the start, and right now the Kakashis have 1 point. I hesitated for so long. Kakashis have won one game. I was like, wait, did they? They do have 1 point, which means if they win this map, they will be escaping the redemption rounds and be going to the main rounds where they may win the tournament. If Disco Tyrants lose, they will be eliminated. If Disco Tyrants win, we will be going to the third map.
And here we are on Control Center to start out map 2. This is, as many people know, a very goats-heavy map just because of the closed indoor area, which is why we can already see Disco Tyrants on the classic goats composition. But we see Kakashis on dive, so
yeah,
it'll be
say
interesting
no.
to see how this goes.
They said no to goats.
Honestly, though, they do have Pharah and Reaper, so this could be good. It just depends on how they play it.
2, 1.
Yeah, Disco Tyrants don't really have anyone counter the Pharah, which might be a bit of a problem. We'll see how it goes. And with the blue speed boost, they'll be coming on point first with Mountain and sneaking around there.
Arakis is in as this new tank substitute. Half health has to back up, but still, Goats is good because it is sustainable. It has 3 healers and big beefy tanks, but Bear's already down.
No worries getting the Pharah there, but will be res by Kismet.
Alpha does go down though, and so does Lisade. It looks like Disco Tyrants going the more standard Goats is helping out a lot as they cap the point early.
Yeah, it looks like Goats is reigning supreme with a with a heavy wind. Kakashis from Accounting don't really look like they're going to be switching up. Oh, no, they do look like they're going to be switching up. Bluestone Link on that Reinhardt now, switching over from... Sorry. No, from Winston. From Winston, and they're going to be changing to...
Looks like they're having a few conversations though, as people haven't quite decided to switch.
Yeah, they're switching to Roadhog boats.
Okay, still no Diva, but that's fine because there's nothing on the high ground right now. Bluestone Link going in hard and gets Sapphite immediately. This is a messy fight. Bluestone Link gets stunned, but he's okay. Araki's in the back, gets taken down. This was a kind of explosive start.
Yeah, they need to use this momentum to really wipe out and point. Looks like they're going to be doing it.
But a big grab from Reflactal. Do they have the damage? They have a bomb that gets Bear. No ults from Kakashis because they just switched comps, so this is going to be really hard for them to take over.
A fast shatter there from Bluestone Link, and another
Araki's
shatter
gets
back.
everybody. But that barrier was humongous. Bluestone Link's getting a couple of picks afterwards, but it's all thanks to K-Mech who saved everyone after that shatter.
Yeah, that Bluestone, sound down, that beat drop was amazing. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that thing there with the heals. But looks like Disco Tyrants will still be stalling the point. They have 80% right now, which is an amazing advantage. Kakashis will be able to cap, but not after the Disco Tyrants are able to get up to 84%.
The Kakashis cannot afford to lose a fight here. So they need to get as many early picks as possible, which means Bear needs to get some of those hooks, and they hook Reinhardt, but Arakis gets bubbled. And now the Kakashis have to back up a little bit. Lisade does have Coalescence that they can use with Mountain's Graviton, which they might be looking for right now.
Yeah, looks like Disco Tyrants have
what
a
a
rally
huge
on
shatter!
Oh, a shatter comes in.
They might not need to use any other ultimates as they can just clean this up as is, especially with the hook onto Arakis. But his shatter comes out as well. And a grab. Looks like they're going to use it just to finish this out.
Tank ult coming out everywhere.
Oh, and a double fire strike after that charge. Bluestone Link is emoting on the field.
Oh, Jesus. So dirty. Look like the Disco Tyrants did use both the support ults there on that attack. Well, they have another one, but they did use 2 support ults there. But looks like Bright Neuro is already up to 50%. But on Kakashi's side, they do have 2 support ults and 2 tank ults coming up.
And now this full hog could push them away from the point, but this grab, especially with Bluestone Link not there, is going to be able to get a bunch of people and at least gets Alpha. Here comes a shatter, but gets a couple that get bumped away. A bit of a misuse of ults as Whole Hog pushes away the Earth Shatter victims.
Yeah, it looks like Kamek is being really well timed with those sound barriers, saving them. But looks like Disco Tyrants will be taking the point right now. Kamek taken down, and the rest of the team being pushed off.
Refractal on that Zarya, just like the hit scan, is on point with aim. And now Kakashis only have one chance, and look at how forward the tanks are pushing from the enemy.
Disco Tyrants being very aggressive right now, taking down Blue Link.
Only 4% for Kakashis to touch, and without Bluestone Link, it's going to be very hard to take this. Rally is going to keep them alive a little bit longer, but rallies are up on both sides from Bright New Era as well. Here's a grab from Kakashis, but here's a barrier as well.
Another grab, but it's Aiden!
Hey, Bear ate that grab, and now it's a full team fight. Everyone is here. Bluestone Link gets a perfect block on that bomb, but then charges off the screen. Bluestone Link is gone, and look at all of the red kills. This is going to be a pickup from Disco Tyrants.
Yeah, a lot of ults being used, but Refractal is able, and Bright New Era are able to finish off Kakashis, and they will be losing the point there with Disco Tyrants 100 to 84. A very close game there. Just a lot of great plays from each of the players, but we do have another 2 maps coming in.
Yep, this is going to be quite the turn of fate if Disco Tyrants can close out Lijiang Tower and get this to a game 3. Meanwhile, it's up to Kakashis to try and hold their lead.
Yeah, we'll be going overtime if they win. So let's see what happens. And Kakashis look like they're going to be switching off the goats. No goats on this map, but they weren't playing goats before, and they did switch the goats, so you never know. Looks like they're going to be pulling out the Reaper and the Hanzo along with D.Va.
Okay, so funky kind of death ball. I can see how they're going to be good against goats with that burst damage, except for the fact that Mountain is switching to an Ana. They forgot to get a main healer.
Yeah, they did forget. They forgot for a second, but they remembered. It's all good. Bit worrying there on the bridge. Don't get.
Oh, there's no Reinhardts. Goodbye.
Oh, they're both gone.
Now this is an even fight, but that big anti-grenade set fight is at half health, and right now no one is capping the point.
Yeah, what is the point? We want to kill. No, it looks like their turns will be capping now. They remembered. And Kakashi's waiting to regroup, and looks like they're going to be going all the way around there, avoiding the bridge, where they maybe might get booted.
Well, there seems to be a little bit of indecision as they're not all there yet, and Lesade is out of mech, which is going to make this next fight a little bit tougher. They're
gaining on, they're approaching the point now. No kills on either side, but Stone very aggressive. We'll get
great counter pins from both the Brig, Bright New Era.
Where did that go? Oh, here we go.
Big shatter. A sleeping D.Va, everything is happening right now. 2 people are very low with the anti-heal.
That's a great nade there again. And the Dragons come in, getting a kill on that fight.
But look at Alpha and Bear. They're carrying this fight with their Brig and Hanzo DPS. If they get a couple more picks, they should be able to flip this point. But right now, Kit Kat is just so healthy on point. But it looks like the rest of the picks from Kakashis have taken into consideration.
Kit Kat can only stall for now. Trying to get those extra
but here's a
percentages.
Lucio as well.
I don't know if that was the smartest choice, but that did give them extra percentages there, and they're on 58 to Kakashi's 5% now.
Not as stressful as that 85% we saw last time.
No,
but
definitely not.
Kakashi still need to hold this for a while.
Yeah, there's room for a bit of error there with the 58%, but not too much. And looks like Disco Tyrants are going to be coming from the back there with the sound barrier and the bomb.
And the grab. They're using everything, but Shatter caught so many. Oh, and with the D.Va bomb. Lots of ult from both sides, but all these trades are going in favor of the defenders in this situation, which is the Kakashis. Uh-oh.
2 versus 2 left on the point. What's happened?
K-Mech is left alone to contest, but dies in the process.
Oh, it's looking dicey for the Kakashis right now. I don't know if the Ryan leaving the point was a good idea. Will they be able to touch once again?
They will
No.
not. And now this is going to be a staggered alpha that just got launched across the map.
Very unfortunate for the Kakashis there, getting staggered like that, and for losing of one fight. But no worries, 30% left for them to contest once again.
And
looks
Bear
like they're
has
gonna
ult again, and so does Alpha. That means that they'll have the sustain and the damage on this fairly small point.
Yeah, and looks like K-Mac will also have the sound barrier with a bit of healthy. Here comes the dragon!
Doesn't get anybody yet, but it does get Sapphire, which is huge. There's no speed boost for the tanks, and now the Divas next. Barriers are going to keep everyone alive, particularly Bear, who was very low health, and this is going to be a clean fight.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to cap the point as it is going to overtime and result in loss if they jump off.
They do cap, but
they do
they
cap
have to
most
cap
behind
for
there.
50% more.
Yes, that's very... It's going to be very hard, especially with the ult advantage Tyrants look like they're going to have right now. Only the Diva Bomb on Kakashi's side, with Disco Tyrants having both, all 3 tank ults pretty soon, looks like.
This is gonna be really hard to hold, especially without support ults. It comes down to how Lisade uses this bomb to stop their push. Maybe after Reinhardt gets onto point, but they throw it into that small room, try to charge Reinhardt, but they weren't there in time. They do get the Tyrant's mech down.
Oh, but Bluestone is separated!
Oh, that's a huge shatter though. This might be what they need. Erikes is half health and purple, but still the picks are just all over the place for the Tyrants.
Looks like Kakashi's from accounting were aggressive and the Reinhardt charge, so it did result in them being capped, and the overtime is coming in quickly. K-Mac is able to touch. Oh,
it does get here.
Alpha is on the point once again, but is mowed down quickly. It looks like it's just a one by one trickling in.
Lisade is on the point now. Bear next, but this is just a trickle in the finest sense. I don't think anyone is going to get here long enough to survive and cap, especially with a great counterpin from Bright New Era.
Looks like Disco Tyrants will take this game, which means we'll third map on Escort, chosen by Kakashis, and winner of that will be the winner of this long round. Let's look at AR keys, I'm sorry. I even asked before how to say the word, but I couldn't say it.
Now, if you ask
and that's a big slam.
That was huge. That was
Yeah,
looking
so-
like a diva play of the game, but
Yeah, no, but the Rhine took it. And we'll be back in 5 minutes with our third Escort map. Yeah, see you then.
to Rialto.
Welcome to Rialto!
Hey.
Hey, welcome to our third game of the second round of the day. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. It's Kakashis from Accounting versus the Disco Tyrants.
It's 1-1 so far, which means that the winner of this moves forward in the bracket, and the loser is done.
They're sent to the Shadow Realm, where they will stay there.
Unfortunately.
For 1 minute.
Seems a little bit brutal.
Yeah,
for
for
an
1 minute.
tournament.
For only 1 minute, so it's pretty good.
They can come back.
It's like a meditation time. To meditate on the game, I guess. We're on Rialto now, our tiebreaker for this round, and looks like things are gonna get boopy up in this joint.
Yep, Disco Tyrants already got that. Farah and Hammond and the Diva, all of them can get environmental kills up on this bridge, as well as the bridge between first and second phase, where a lot of teams can get stuck. Meanwhile, Kakashis are going to be running the Death Ball with a Farah, no mercy.
Yeah, and with a Junkrat. Well, I guess that is Death Ball. Disco Tyrants will be running the, which is going to give them a lot of ammunition from the back. And I don't think Kakashis really have. Well, they do have Farah, but it's it's hard for Farah to take down a Widow by themselves.
Yeah, so both a Farah and a Widow for Bear to watch out for. But they do have the spam damage just on the ground to try and stop the Tyrants from pushing forward. But it doesn't seem to be a problem for the Disco Tyrants, as they are just moving on up.
Yeah, and Refractal getting those kills to contest them.
Refractal went on a flank on the backside, got a couple picks, got taken down, but they definitely did what needed to be done.
Yeah, took two of the enemy team with them, and looks like it's gonna be a bit of cleanup here for Disco Tyrants, getting a smooth point one.
Well, there is still time to recontest, but it is going to be tough, and they might decide not to do it to set up for the next phase.
Yeah, they're going to have to run really fast. No, it looks like they're going to try and contest, but it's not enough. Run back, run!
Well, they can win this fight here, which would be good for positioning, because they can try and block that choke point, but they are going to be forced to back up, and Bright New Era, uncontested, is doing so much as this far right now.
Yeah, Disco Tyrants are really on a roll right now, and Kakashis they have little to no space for them to do any work, especially with Far up front and Refractal at the back. They're going to need to change up their comp. And it looks like they're going to change to
double hit
Widowmaker. Yeah, double hit scan.
Don't know about this. They don't have the chunk damage to get the Reinhardt anymore. So it's going to be really tough for them. It's trying to put like both DPS against one Farah is probably not the best scenario, especially with sights right now.
They are changing to dive tank, so hopefully that will help with the backline damage there. Looks like they're going to dive in now.
Bluestone Link went in alone and ended up getting picked off early, but Kit Kat is out of mech, which essentially evens out this game. But Brand New Era, with the barrage, most of it gets eaten, and Bear finishes off the Farah.
Yeah, good thing they brought an umbrella, and looks like they've popped off, but... Oh, Refractal gets taken down.
Brand New Era back up though. Trance from Alpha to try and keep Mountain healthy, at least to contest. But here is a Shatter. Only gets Mountain, but that's a lot of space created. Here's the Diva Bomb. And it's gonna get Lisade.
Yeah, looks like Lisade is going to be taken out, and Arkies is up there. Alpha takes out Skullduggery, but it's not going to be enough because the payload does reach the destination, and Kakashis are going to have to prevent the third cap.
Yeah, there's 5 minutes to cap the third phase. Kakashis, they've got a tough job ahead.
It's looking, and Bear is taking out very dangerous Kakashis right now. They're going to need to group up and destroy.
Bluestone Link is getting bullied by a Moira Orb in the
Oh no.
Oh, and there's the Moira! Sapphire getting down a little bit. Oh, they kill each other!
No one can.
A pretty okay trade considering Kakashi's spawn advantage, but looks like Barry's gonna pop that ult to give them some info. Is the intel, but the cut is not.
Now, a Diva Bomb past to this Reinhardt's shield could be big, but they need to let it loose. Here it goes up the top.
No, it doesn't look like. Oh, it does get refracted.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. It's always a mystery in the Batlines Guild.
Now
looks
the
like
Mara is imported is going to go down soon. No, the Valking Mercy keeps everyone topped off.
Oh, it's looking dangerous
one
again.
hit. Ryan at 10 health gets that shatter. Gets
Oh,
a
is there
double
anyone
kill
to
charge.
touch? Only the Widow, and she's not fast. They're not fast enough, and the Fleet with several minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, that was a speed run if I've ever seen one.
Oh my goodness.
Switching sides.
What is this? Simple games done fast? Summer games done
Simple games done fast.
Simple games done fast.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
on-brand version. Of
Yeah. Let's speed run Pong. Yeah, it's 4 minutes and 12 seconds. That's a phenomenal amount of time for Disco Tyrants to push later on. But right now, Kakashis making their own push, and hopefully they'll be able to get 5 minutes.
At the very least, cap it, because then that gives them a minute. Now,
Yeah,
it
hopefully
would have
they'll
been
be able to
better
cap.
if the Tyrants got 8 more seconds on the clock, but I mean, I guess I can't dock them too hard for that.
You know, sometimes life just doesn't go your way and you can't place it.
Unlucky.
Unluckers. Looks like Disco Tyrants are going to be still playing that Widow. Yeah, push there. Not a lot of contesting of Refractal from Kakashis, which might have been a problem since Refractal was just constantly mowing them down. But looks like looks like they do have the Diva again from Kakashis with K-Mac on Diva. So hopefully they'll be able to contest, and looks like they're going to be playing Goats.
If they're going to be playing Goats, which is very good against Arisa, as Erikis can put up a shield and they can just walk right through it. But
They sure can.
Arisa can try and halt everyone off the bridge.
Yeah, it's going to be quite dangerous in that first little area here. Disco Tyrants are going to have to play smart. Oh
And
well,
they're just
Kakashis
on
are
the
going to have
point.
to play
The
smart.
Hulk beings
Oh,
Mountain!
No mountain high enough to prevent the troops. Kit Kat takes out Let's Save, and it looks like Kakashis are going to be pushed back, and Disco Tyrants will be maintaining this point, maintaining this spot.
K-Mech needs to jump off the bridge to try and get a new mech. Looks like they're gonna try and get it back the old-fashioned way, but that's gonna be slower overall. Bluestone Link ends up getting caught out, and unfortunately it doesn't look like they have a hit scan player to take out down this far.
Yeah, it looks like K-Mac is not really contested with Fractal. Maybe switching a comp might be helpful. I don't think K-Mac alone will take down the Widowmaker since they're so back in the lines, but a bit of a comp switch coming in. Let's say switching to the Lucio here.
Oh, they're going around the right side bridge. They're gonna try and sandwich
The
them, but Bear gets taken down. They get booped right off. They can still take this fight with the Lucio, just try and go hard. At least get ults out like the Supercharger.
Yeah, the cart is just being abandoned here. It would be helpful if someone pushing that. But in the team fight, looks like Disco Tyrants is still going to take it. So no matter what little cart pushes might have happened there, Disco Tyrants are going to take it right back. Yeah, it's not looking great for Kakashis right now. They do only have, well not only, they do have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. And they're going to have to switch it a lot up to be able to take down Disco Tyrants right now. And looks like Lesafe and K-Mac are on the dive tanks once again. Probably planning to dive Refractal there, who's been doing a lot of work.
Yep, and
But
they've got
also
support with Bluestone Link to try and take down that Pharah.
They do. Let's see how it goes. They need to watch out. Oh, Alpha! Yeah, Alpha was popping off before there, but Refractal does get res. No matter, Monkey jumps in.
Right now, Bright New Era is taking a flank. Alpha again with another pick. But with 97%, Bright New Era is looking to get a barrage soon enough.
Looks
But
like
it's
this
not
dive
stopping Kakashis from pushing.
Yeah, looks like this dive is working out for Kakashi. The switch that they needed has happened, and they're going to be able to push at least halfway up to over halfway towards the first point.
Yep, and as long as they can keep this space, they should be able to cap this, especially with the double Helix kill that the Bluestone Link got.
It looks like Disco Tyrants are looking to contest that minute there. Oh.
Oh, but there's the barrage. It gets eaten. Bluestone Link does go down eventually, as does Mountain's mech. And this might have to be a regroup and recontest.
Yeah, especially with the Valkyrie being popped off, there might be rather to wait it out. But looks like Skullduggery will take out Mountain Pistol. A terrifying Valkyrie in Mercy.
Now, Kakashis have one more chance to try and break point A. And they've got support ults to do it.
They do. Disco Tyrants do have some ults coming up. Once to tank ults, but it's not overwhelming that Kakashis don't have a chance. And they do have Bluestone's ult coming up as well as Mountains, which will... Oh no!
That's big, as that's no coalescence. Skullduggery is hacked in the back. But I think the bigger threat right now is D.Va's defense matrix.
Yeah, and there's only 12 seconds left for them to touch the point. I hope they haven't forgotten. They need to get on the point right now to trigger that overtime.
Now they're gonna do that, but Para gets taken down. And Bluestone Link, who had the high ground, ends up jumping off to the low ground. Do have Visor in a good position to use it, but this damage boost on the Hanzo scary. Does get the kill though, but Refractal on the other side does take that soldier down.
Kakashis are looking pretty okay right now, but the Coalescence is going to take out the mech, and the Disco Tyrants have an... Oh! The respawns are coming back, and it's...
And an EMP, everyone is hacked.
Ooh!
Oh,
They need to focus on the point!
They need to get Kit Kat before the hack wears off. Oh no! Instead,
Victory.
let's say it jumps off before anyone can get there. That's unlucky.
Disco Tyrants win this very, very, very close round,
Play
and
of
they...
the game.
round overall, and they will be commencing to the main round where they will go against the winners of other games to win the tournament overall. Unfortunately, Kakashis from the counting class will be eliminated and sent to the Shadow Realm for 1 minute. But GG's, amazing game from both teams, and next we'll be seeing Team Yeehaw versus Team Coolsaders.
And that is a winner's match.
Yes, it is a winner's match. No more redemption round. Redemption round is over. Back to the main round. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
You never stop calling me crazy, but you the one that's fucking crazy. And it's time for me to run. Yeah, it's time for me to go. I won't stick around for you. For you to play on my
Welcome to
The lobby up.
No. Oh, wait. There it is. They have. Can hear.
I heard us asking is
Oh.
I foresee great things for you.
Ah! Please let me in.
Alright, well, we are getting through some technical difficulties right now, as now
What's
we have
up,
both
gamers?
casters in the lobby.
Yeah, so they did start without us, but it's all okay.
Hey, it's
Killing
fine. We don't care that we were left out.
Yeah, we're forgotten. It's okay.
Hey, it's fine.
30 seconds.
I'm not crying. Looks like we're on Hollywood again. It's random
It
generated.
does.
No fault to anyone that we're back here. Hey, it's a good map. So right now we're. Oh, what's happening? That's weird.
But right now, we are getting into this game, and my name is Aeon, and we also have Mona Lisa, and we're gonna cast this winner's match between Coolsaders and Yeehaw.
Attackers
Yes, we are.
defend objective
Right now, looks like both teams are going to be coming in. Well, one team's
Gonna be a death ball with Yeehaw, with a Sombra and a McCree. And it's gonna be versus a Reinhardt Diva death ball with a Junkrat and a McCree.
Yeah,
Speaking
so.
of McCree, Sunshade just got hacked, but still has a
Ooh,
gun.
and sleep. No piss is being punished there. No piss punishes, and loving that username.
Soy Sauce Pack is kept alive with the Zari Bubble and the Ana healing. They are going to clean up these last few kills. And shout out to Yannick with a double kill on Smaldad and Indecisive. So they are going to clean up and cap point A. Oh, this poor Diva stagger. What is a Diva to do?
Kill them! Kill them! Let them
Silver
die.
Slush.
Oh my goodness, this is dagger.
Oh no, there's a sleep.
No
Oh.
bagging, no bagging.
Oh, there she goes. That was a stagger and a half.
A mercy kill. Yeah, and it looks like the yeehaws took that first point smoothly. They have a couple of ults coming up their way,
Including
and
Nixie with the EMP in the back.
yeah, it looks like
Very health.
the EMP with the high noon could, or
Or more
just
importantly, EMP Shatter.
the EMP shatter. That's lethal. That's the real killer.
And here it comes. Here's the EMP. Zen
Shatter!
actually doesn't get EMP'd, and there's the Shatter.
Yeah, and a nano on the Rhine, which will be fatal to anyone in Soy Sauce Pack's path.
Silver
Piss
Slush
is running
is
away.
contesting. Oh, and a Tifa Bomb on
Where's
point.
that coming from? That's
Oh,
a
got
red.
Ana.
That's revenge for the sleep dart there.
No
and for
kidding.
the delay.
Don't know
But
even
look-
how Anna died to that.
Yeah, it looks like Silver Slush is actually gonna get delayed again because of the revenge, and yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Hopefully Nixie will take them
Look at
out.
the Widow. The 1v1 between Nixie and Silver Slush.
No.
Unfortunately, Silver
Meanwhile-
Slush is not contributing to the team at this moment as a triple
Oh my
tire
God!
of Coolsaders picks this up.
That's a pog kill there, and looks like coolsaders is gonna be able to stop the cart in the tracks.
Finally, they do get some footing.
They really do. It's been a long journey for them, almost halfway throughout the map, but they're able to get the footing they need to set up and position themselves with the Widow there, watching out for any unshielded bushies.
Oh, but Sunshade does take some shots from Nixie.
It's a Widow off. May the strongest Widow win.
Silver Slush at 421. Could have been missing one more HP, but didn't want to
no,
make
I
the
didn't
joke
wanna-
for us. That's fine. Nixie does
And
get
Nixie
Sunshade.
wins. Yeah, Nixie wins that, and looks like Team yeehaw as Yannick is going on the elevator, looking for a good position to high noon. They're gonna have to take down the.
Here it is. It gets Okami Llama. Silver Slush does get unmech'd, but does take out Nixie. And here's a grab to finish off this fight.
Yeah, Silver Slush is in the backlines again.
Now,
No,
no
not really
shade,
the back-
but Silver Slush has been Baby Diva as much as Normal Diva.
Yeah, they need to contest that point or die. And looks like Sunshade is going to get slightly. Very unfortunate.
They're gonna get
Let's
bear
see.
paired, you might say.
Very proud, yes. they sure are. And looks like Nixie's gonna pop off that ult, giving them the positioning info that they need. I already know everything.
Whoa.
I'm a spectator.
The casters win.
The casters, yeah, we can kill you in 1 second. No,
Yeah,
Silver
it's called
Slush.
kicking from the lobby.
Yeah, it's kicking you off in the lobby. No, it looks
Now
like
here comes the fight. Piss
yeah,
has the
Yeehaw
shatter.
yeehaws are slowly making their way up to the final point. Oh my goodness, that's nice and
Rain fire strike on the tire and
Oh
a
my
nano Rhine shatter. All of these squishies are nothing to this big juiced up Reinhardt's.
yeah, coolsaders really don't have much footing here. They're going to be giving up the point unless they're able to touch Silver Slush once again. Singled
Oh,
out.
but they get booped away.
Hammond coming in, but is able to touch the point.
And a boostio!
Boostio is on the point at high noon, and take that too. Oh my god.
Still, Piss is staying alive as the Hammond, but
Yeah, but it's only a slight delay.
Complete.
Yeehaw is able to take the first point.
and that was pretty fast.
The first match. Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Switching sides.
Now let's see if
3
we
minutes.
can get an opposite but equal attack.
Opposite but equal. Yeah, coolsaders are going to have to make a very strong push here. You know, at least get the point at the third point. At least do the full cap, and hopefully not go into time.
If they want more than 0 seconds, if they want a chance at winning this match.
Yes, they want at least 1 second.
0.1 second even.
Point, yeah, even 0.1 will do. Does that count in
Yes.
Overwatch? Oh, jeez. 0.1 second is our aim. No, I'm sure they'll be able to push, hopefully. Looks like they're gonna be going what is this? The dive goats? Maybe? What is the goats? No,
Not
dive
entirely sure. We'll come back to
Yeah.
that later. But the
Yeah.
defensive team, they're running anti-dive with the Orisa, Hog, Reaper, and McCree, as well as Bear Pair on the Zenyatta. They're going to be a static, unmoving composition that cannot be dove, in theory.
In theory, yeah, they really smell dive. How many meters the spawn is away, and looks like coolsaders are gonna be sticking with their little death ball dive goats.
This is what my team likes to call floats. It's goats, but with dive tanks.
Defend of
Floats. That's funny. So I'll be stealing that. That's mine now.
They're gonna have the
Yeah.
armor to try and survive this, and the 3 dive tanks to try and get on these squishies. Let's see if they can get around the Roadhog's hook and Risa's halt.
Yeah, Anna is quite far behind the line. dive on them, but
Bear Pair's super low already. They need to confirm these kills.
yeah, Silver Slash is asleep, getting slapped by the Ana while trying to dive. Right now,
and it's working out so far. Oh, and Piss
oh my goodness.
triple kill as long as Small Dad, and now it's just Hog. Talk about fast cap. They're just going back and forth.
They're trying to beat the record of 3 minutes and 9 seconds there, and they might just do it with their floats, which is working out splendidly for them.
As
Maybe
soon as
just
they get rally, they're gonna be even stronger.
Oh yeah, maybe just defense isn't best thing. You know, lots of teams have an advantage, like a strong point. I'm guessing attack is the strong point for both these teams.
Now, I think the best thing for Yeehaw would be getting a Sombra to try and stop Hammond from moving so much. They are going to stick with the Reinhardt Diva composition. They switched off of anti-dive. They want to get more of a brawl comp. And it starts with getting Small Dad and Sunshade, so this is apparently exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they're really doing work
Come out,
there.
but a bit late.
Yeah, it didn't help save their tank there. Area denial, minefield coming in, and half the team is going to be split up, but it doesn't look like it's a problem for you.
Oh, but Soy Sauce back goes flying. Nixie does ult, but gets pissed, nothing else. A drawn-out fight, still in favor of coolsaders as they jump on in. There's a couple supports to get next. This poor Mercy has nowhere to fly except for the Moira, who's only 10 feet away. And this dive...
Looks like they're going to be continuing to push the point here. A bit of a fight put up by yeehaw, but ultimately coolsaders are triumphant. But doesn't mean they'll be able to get this next point. Yeehaw do have the ult advantage here with almost all their ults coming up except for Nixie. Which means that
they have a Farm Mercy now.
Yeah, they do have a pharmacy now. The Valkyrie is going to definitely help on that defense. No, not really contesting the point. Oh, they are contesting now.
A huge shatter, just get a bunch of people knocked down. Soy Sauce gets a Kami Llama after the rally, which means that armor's not going to continue coming out. And now Yannix on Sunshade has Deadeye if necessary, but it looks like they've pretty confidently won this fight, even though the late
Another minefield
are going to come out. Yeah, I don't agree with either the sound barrier or the mines.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a waste, especially because Yeehaw has such ult over them. It might be wise to save a little for coolsaders, but they do have several attempts now with 3 minutes and 30 seconds under the belt.
They have switched over to a Death Ball comp.
And
no
the Widow.
Floats.
Right beside you.
And they're giving up on the floats. It helped them cap the first point, and now they need something new.
Yeah, they need something a little bit more sustainable to try and get these picks, as well as focus down the Farah Mercy, which Sunshade is certainly going to attempt to do.
Yeah, Sunshade very low health right now.
Does get taken down. Coalescence does try and help on the point, but unfortunately there's no picks yet, aside from Nixie onto the Farah. Has Barrage, lets it loose, Piss goes down.
Piss goes down. And Soy Sauce Pack will be taking down the Moira PewDiePie with a Silver Slush, and the Yeehaw are reigning strong upon the cart. Silver Slush does get delay spawned again. Unfortunate, but sometimes it's the Diva's fate.
Now coolsaders, they're getting ready again. They do have Diva Bomb coming up really soon, which means that if they throw the Diva Bomb and Piss charges Soy Sauce, they could get a humongous bomb. But we don't know if that's what they're planning.
Yeah, they're going to need a bit of coordination here, and Decisive has switched to get a bit of spam damage, maybe? I don't know if it's going to help against Yeehaw's flying attackers, but looks like Crusaders are charging forward right now, hoping to get a kill to start. Oh, there we go.
Lord, Okami Llama finished off, but here's the Valk. And
where is that coming from? Oh my god!
From the top of the saloon, Valk, in addition to that ult, is going to allow them to keep this point even longer.
And the hammer down gets 3, but will they be able to capitalize on that?
Another Diva Bombs on point.
Yeah, a bomb in
Still
return.
alive, so is Silver Slush and Small Dad, but it's not really the kind of fight they want to take right now. Although, with this barrier, they might actually win this fight, but the res comes out on Soy Sauce. That's so much more bulk on the point. This is not looking winnable. Even with deadweight down, the spawn is right there. Soy Sauce does get charged away, but he charges back with 4 health. This is staying alive for so long. Shatters.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
In any case, they somehow pulled this around and capped.
Yeah, coolsaders are going to be continuing on point here. An unfortunate shadow there by Piss. I don't know if that was an accident, but looks like Soy Sauce Pack is going to be spawned. We'll be able to escape with coolsaders chasing after them.
Now, right now, old-wise, coolsaders don't have a lot. If Soy Sauce gets a shatter, they'll be looking in pretty good shape. Not to mention, the yeehaw has already gotten better time than is possible for coolsaders.
They really have. Yeah, they do only have 2. But even 1 second or 0.1 second, like you said before, will be helpful to them if they're able to cap the point without going into overtime.
Little spelled out now, and a bash shatter is a great defense. The picks are coming in. Here's the Diva Bomb, and it gets Reinhardt. Oh, and Diva Bomb. There's no tanks on the side of yeehaw anymore, which means coolsaders has so much space to work with.
Yeah, they've turned the spide. Oh, there's a
Oh, Piss just finally gets dead weight.
Yeah. Nixie did take out Silver Slash from the back. Looks like Nixie needs to be dove.
But look at Indecisive. Has that Junkrat tire ready? Oh no, Nixie, it does get Okami Llama next.
Yeah,
You're
Nixie
right,
really
that
needs
is
to
a
be taken
priority.
out. Yeah.
And now there's a Doomfist in the back line. Very low health, ults to get out. Indecisive, uses the bump, gets nothing, and is gonna get punished for it by this Diva. Barely gonna make it out alive, and Nixie again with 2 more picks.
Nixie is just raining damage upon the Crusaders.
And even with the Nano, Piss isn't able to do much just because of all of the crowd control. And here's a Diva Bomb on top of everything. Doesn't get anything, but poor Piss is going to get bullied, and Okami Llama is next.
Yeah, Nixie really needs to be taken out here. Nixie damage, but Nixie in particular has been like uncontested most of the time of this game. It's going to be hard for coolsaders to really get in that backline right now, but they are switching over to the Winston, which might help. They're switching over to dive.
Unfortunately, it means that they're not going to have any tank ults coming into this fight. Well, that is, they had Diva the whole time, so they will have bomb.
The bomb, yeah.
And waving widows.
Yes. Not a lot of ults for coolsaders. Yeehaw don't have ults either, so it's gonna be a purely attack.
But with Piss down already, that's gonna be a really hard point to cap. And here's Lucio barriers, but another ult coming from Yannick's Doomfist, getting so much damage done, especially
Sunshade is taken out. Yeah, we are in overtime right now, which means the coolsaders are going to have to cap this point or lose this game.
And it's looking pretty rough as Soy Sauce is just swinging freely right now.
Piss is just trying to keep people off the point there, but the hammer down will mean that Yannick is taken out. And looks like Yeehaw will be able to clean up Piss, hopefully.
Still,
no
Sunshade alive a little bit longer. Sunshade testing next, but no one's gonna get
overtime ticks down.
Victory.
Close game, but Yeehaw is going to take the first game.
Yeah, but it's just the first game on the best of 3, so coolsaders will be able to choose the next map, which will be a control map, and potentially make a rebound. No, that's not the word.
A closeout, you might say.
Closeout, yes.
Blap, blap, blap.
Oh, wow.
And asleep. Yeah, next did what they had to do. Time to take a nap.
Yeah. You gotta do what you do to win, and we'll be back in 5 minutes with Yeehaw versus coolsaders on a control map.
Traveling to Busan.
And here we are in Busan.
We're in Korea!
Whoa.
Wow! This is like in that animated shot. Wow!
This is such a great addition to the map pool. This is such a fun map. All 3 rounds are wonderful.
Oh, pause, because we're not in a game. We're in a lobby. We're in a skirmish. Stab. But we're back here with the coolsaders versus yeehaw. And yeehaws have 1 point under their belt.
Which means that if they win 2 rounds of Busan, they go forward in the bracket. But not all is lost, as if coolsaders lose, they will move on to the losers bracket.
They will.
It's always nice to have that cushion underneath you.
Yeah, because I was like, because these 2 are from the main winners round, which means you have to lose twice to be eliminated, which is nice. Everyone gets a second chance.
And here we go, assembling the heroes, getting ready to go to Busan, the one with the drum.
Yeah, with the giant drum. Who said this map sucks? Fight me. Fight me. Fight me.
Probably the most broken technique in all of Overwatch is sitting on top of this drum in the middle of the point, as it's just so rude, but very effective.
Yeah, it's a nice little camping area. You can look at the sky, look at the mountains, and look at your enemy teammates.
Yeah, meanwhile, the red team is just like, why is the point not capping?
They're just glaring at you. Get down from there. Get down from there.
Now we're going to start with coolsaders on classic goats. Meanwhile, yeehaw is going to be running one of my favorite compositions. Now let me explain why.
Why?
With Reinhardt, Zarya, Hanzo, Sombra, you have a couple main win conditions in a team fight. You can EMP Shatter, or you can grab Dragon, which means that either combo is a potential team fight winner.
Yeah, that's a lot of possibility in one position. Like, they're gonna be both teams are gonna be speed boosted straight onto the point now. A tiny point. Tiny baby point.
Yep, and now it comes down to coolsaders moving forward as a clump to try and get picks against the damage of Zizji, who already has half a Dragon Strike.
I'm loving that username. Very easy to pronounce. Looks like no kills. Yeah, no picks yet from either team. It looks like Soy Sauce is in a bit of danger.
And Bear Pair gets taken down.
It's an advantage for the coolsaders. And looks like they're gonna use it.
It's a hack. It's not gonna be enough.
Silver Slash is chasing the Sombra there, but will escape with their life. Yeah, a quick cap of that first. Well, not the first. A quick cap of the point there, and that'll give them an extra 20 to 30% before the next fight.
Now they've swapped over to a Pharah Mercy to try and stop these goats, which is very smart. It's very effective, especially if they get the EMP. Oh, and a hacked Lucio means that they don't have speed boost to try and contest this point.
Ooh, but Nixie will take one of that hack.
That is unfortunate, but yeehaw is on the point. Maybe they can make something out of this, but unfortunately they don't have any ultimates because they switched off of Dragon Strike, which they had. Not sure why they made that decision. And there's a big shatter. Piss is going to get a couple of picks, and Corn Blakes is just going ham.
And they only had to use one shatter, one ult. Coolsaders has 4 ults in the bank right now, which is going to be a quite scary combination for yeehaws, but they do have a few ults of their own, 2 ults and a few coming up, so it's just a matter of building up those ults and using.
Yep, EMP Shatter is what yeehaw needs to be playing for, but they also have to be careful about coolsaders' Grav.
Yeah, they don't have support ult exactly to help with that, unless...
Or a Diva to eat it.
Yeah, or a Diva to eat it. Bearpair needs to play smart here.
Oh, but they've almost capped. They need to touch point.
They're just gonna cap the point.
They contest in time. Coolsaders looking for that grab. They barrier for that longevity. Oh, but they get EMP. They can't grab.
Where's the shatter?
If they use the shatter, it doesn't look like he got anyone. Sunshade does go down though. Here's a Diva Bomb. It's gonna get Soy Sauce. At 93%, as long as coolsaders keeps getting a couple picks, including both supports in that grab.
Oh no, it's not looking good. Overtime has been
Oh, no grab.
Snapping it. Oh,
No
Nixie does take out Corn Flakes, but no, it's not going to be enough. Looks like yeehaw is not going to be able to cap this point, and coolsaders are going to be able to take down the overtime unless the rest of the respawns are coming in with the Valkyrie. It's not going to be
looking
enough.
likely, especially with Okami Llama getting pick after pick. Now it's just a Valkyrie Mercy on top of this drum. Is going for a res and gets it. Soy Sauce is back,
wow.
but no!
Oh no!
The res was too slow for Soy Sauce to be able to
Wasn't
contest.
enough.
Score.
No matter, 2 more maps left in the pool for them to redeem themselves. Redeem themselves? It wasn't that bad. But looks like we're going to be to station now. I don't know the exact name for this place, but there is a murderous train here.
But here's the question. Who is singing karaoke? And who is dancing at the Dance Dance Revolution? Lucio, Sunshine, is dancing at the DDR. No one is singing karaoke in the yeehaw.
That's bad luck there.
It sure
That's
is.
horrible luck. They're jinxing themselves with this. But let's see how it works out for them.
Coolsaders
That
is
sounds-
going with a weird dive composition of Hammond and Winston. And Diva. Oh, never mind. They're just going floats.
Yeah, they're going float.
So much damage from Piss. Also with so much health. And Lucio goes down. It looks like they're going to pick up this fight pretty smoothly if it goes at this rate.
Yeah, no one's approaching quite yet, but they don't need to as long as they win the fight. Control point is going to open now,
But
and
a shatter already!
Holy shatter! Wow.
But it doesn't get any picks, except Okami Llama who gets charged off. But now the point is back on point. Can Coolsaders take this with their low health, or are the old advantage from yeehaw going to take this?
Looks like Coolsaders does pop down that feat. I forgot the name of it again. That's gonna give them a slight edge over the. Not enough. Zephyr takes down Sunshine, and looks like yeehaw are going to dominate this point. Oh, the minefield pops out, and
But despite everything, like
yeah,
you
no
said,
kills.
yeehaw is gonna cap.
yeah, it wasn't enough, and I don't know if Fist should have saved that minefield for a later time, because the yeehaws are coming 3 tank versus Coolsaders 1 for 1 tank ult, and
It's gonna be rough for Coolsaders to cap, so they're switching to Deathball. They're keeping. Okay, so they're going goats instead.
yeah, they're going goats.
They do have
Goats
Diva Bomb
versus-
and they have Rally for the sustain, but they have to be careful about the enemy tank ults because they have all 3. Soy Sauce could be using a second shatter in this round already. Oh, there it
there's
is.
the hammer down, and there's the bomb. Tank ults
about
coming out
that bomb.
in different direction.
Okami Llama's gonna go down next. This is
It
not
doesn't-
looking too green.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Looks like Coolsaders are going to have to back off once again. You have the advantage of kills here, and they are being murdered.
And look at Soy Sauce at 90 already.
Oh,
This
Just an
Reinhardt
ult.
charge is wild.
yeah. Just an ult generator there.
No kidding.
Just eating up the enemy and spewing out ults.
And right now, the only Coolsader ult is that Coalescence.
Yeah, it looks like Silver Slush is in the baby form again. They all get murdered and spawn back. So remaking seems like the smarter point as the team fight has begun.
Now
Rallies
here's
come
the
down.
shatter to look out for. As soon as Cornflakes
Ooh, that's a big grab.
how many shatters and somehow gets out of the grab? That was
I don't know how that happened, but both Coalescence beams are out, but yeehaws is stronger. Soy Sauce Pack is stronger.
No kidding. And look at that ult charge. Don't want to harp on it too much, but already 70% charging
Yeah.
into the spawn. That is a ballsy move that is going to end in a dead Reinhardt. Was that a mistake that will lead to the point getting flipped? We're about to see.
Yeah, Soy Sauce Pack was a major. So I. Oh no!
They couldn't touch in time. And now everyone's gonna die to these Diva bombs.
Score. 1.
But it's okay, it's 1v1, and we'll be going to the 3rd map, which is this place. I don't know what to call it.
The Diva did in fact get a quad kill off
Oh.
screen.
Off screen. Does it count for play of the game? I don't think so.
But here
we'll
we go
be-
again.
Yeah, what is this? The Mecha.
The
The
Mecha. Yeah.
The Mecca place.
The garage.
The garage.
4.
The sea view watch point.
Round
Watch point
Coolsaders
Busan.
is going out with floats again against standard goats. We're gonna see which version is better.
Yeah, the goats, whichever version, it's very popular in Busan right now. Both teams haven't switched off from it since switching onto it, and looks like they're going to be fighting on this level, the upper level, while Soy Sauce sneaks onto the lower levels. Will they be punished for leaving the team?
Oh, it looks like the healing is here in time. So Sauce is
Yeah.
going to live, but not for long.
Oh,
So
no,
Slush gets the
not
kill,
for long.
and they capped just like that. The walls came up, stopped the enemy team from pushing, and yeehaw's gonna have to retake this.
They do have a chance here right now. They're not going to back them.
Oh, and rally
Both
from
rallies
both.
come out.
They are both teams cementing themselves on this point.
Another support ult. They're not going to get easily.
Lessons and Diva Bomb and a grab that misses.
The grab.
Indecisive who ends up inside it gets taken down. And it is going to be maybe a flip from yeehaw depending on how quickly they can get these picks.
Yeah, a lot of the Coolsaders tanks are alive, for them are alive, so it's going to be hard to get down. Have only one support, which is Sunshine, who is dead.
They're
In the
winning
stagger.
this fight, but the stagger is just so good from Coolsaders that they are gotten this to almost 50%.
Yeah,
and
they're-
this might drop the mines, might just try and stay alive.
Yeah, they've gotten, like I said, they've gotten 50 cents. 50%,
Oh,
and this is
Coolsaders
back
came
on
back!
Also, same with Sunshine, the mines are down. They're gonna delay as long as they can, if
Oh, and
not
Nixie goes
forever.
down because of it. It does get flipped, but it's a messy fight. But it looks like Coolsaders is going to back up and try again later.
Yeah, but that was an amazing stuff from them, getting almost 60%, 59% there. That's amazing there. Costa's
Yeah,
not
that
knowing
was
the map.
Great play.
Yeah, I don't know what this is called. Tell me. So-
No idea.
Yeah, I didn't know that this
Hanger.
map had
It's a hanger.
Hanger! That's called Busan Watch Point. But here they are, back again to the fight. Hammer down,
Oh,
comes
and then
down,
a counter
several
shatter
ults.
after a counter charge from the red team, Brigitte, Nixie. The rally's going to come out. They're going to try and keep this point even longer. And they might even get more percent than Coolsaders did when they capped first.
Yeah, they're approaching 40 now, and it doesn't. They're gonna be giving up the point anytime soon, despite that ult there. A bit of back and forth, but as long as they're on the point, they're racking up those percentage points. Piss is trying to roll them out there, but not really effective. And looks like they're gonna. Half of the team is backing off, and half of the team is being singled out.
Yeah, the Coolsaders tanks ended up pushing way too far, so now the tanks and Indecisive are going to take the fall for it. Piss jumps off just to reset without giving any ult charge, and now Coolsaders put themselves in a really difficult situation where they only really have like a fight and a half.
Yeah, yeehaws are all on fire, and they have a lot of ults coming up. Coolsaders, they do have a couple of ults coming up from Piss and from Cornflakes there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. They're going to have to try really hard to get this point before it ticks over.
Now it's all going to come down to
not
Piss
looking
with
good.
the mines, as well as Cornflakes with the shatter, but look at all of the tank ults from yeehaw, particularly this Graviton. It could just
Oh,
put a
that's an
stop to this
early
fight
kill
entirely. But its Indecisive goes down, but look at the shatter!
Ooh, and the mines are dropped along with the bomb.
But Piss gets two! This
Yeah, that's an
is going to
amazing
flip.
mine.
They are finally touching, and they do completely turn this around.
That was an amazing play from Piss there, being able to put those mines in an amazing... two supports, I think, for the ult. Which means that Coolsaders will be slowly inching their way towards 99%. yeehaw, of course, are already at 99, so... a slight
this
mistake from
fight.
Coolsaders, yeah, it's going to be devastating. They need to...
Oh, and Soy Sauce
what's
is
going
trapped,
on?
but they're slowly capping. They gotta contest. Here's the grab, but
grab,
someone's
but
touching
it's
the
the
bomb to
bomb.
make sure that they can't punish it. And now they have bullets as well to try and keep everyone topped off. But oh no, Syzygy on the McCree gets the Pharah. It's coming down, raining pain with the fan, the hammer.
And
This
the hammer down.
Another flip, I think.
Yeah, but Silver Slash is there to touch the point. It's in overtime right now, which if anyone leaves it, it's done. Indecisive is coming in
here,
now,
but it's not gonna be enough.
It's not gonna be enough. They need to. Oh,
Here's the shatter, but it doesn't get anything. Sanjay, Okami Llama, they're all on the point one at a time, but it's just not enough. Oh,
No,
Piss!
and it was-
Oh no!
no!
The ground pound made it, so Piss didn't make it in time.
Piss is like the expert of the last minute touch, but not today, not today. It was a very close game, 99-98, and we'll see Piss here as Zarya with play of the game.
Not another no ult play of the game, just getting all these limbs the old-fashioned
Just
way.
a
Good bubble to block the ult, too.
100% charge there, just melting away the enemy. So that was...
That was game 2, and that is going to be
game 2.
coolsaders going to losers bracket as yeehaw moves on to winners.
Yeah, and that's going to be all for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with the same... Not the same casters, but we'll be back next week. I don't know if I'm on air, but we'll be back next week. See you next week.
Bye.